Contact them at whenyounitus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
All right, guys, here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we do have an absolutely stacked program for you today. We'll get you caught up there with Ross's Toke News. 4 o'clock, Animal House. Our friend Debbie Helsel drops by from Back to Nature Wildlife Refuge. 5 o'clock, Pirate Spot Fireworks. Our buddy Craig LaFleur drops by to tell us what's happening at the tent and to give us fireworks safety tips. Remember, he has a website called byebyefingers.com. Also, Scott Maxwell drops by. We're going to talk to Scott about what he's writing about, Ross thoughts, topics, last call, your text calls, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Hey, good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
How you doing?
And a special guest, Chase Padgett, sitting in today. Good to see you.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
That was a very odd intro. I like that.
I don't
Very
know
good.
where it came from,
That's
dude.
fine.
I was just feeling the spirit.
Your beard is overwhelming. I love it.
It's what made me make that vocal choice.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook. That's at The Jim Colbert Show. On TikTok, on Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And we are broadcasting live at JimColbertLive.com. We have decided to nix the Facebook feed, so go over to either Twitch or YouTube. Those are the two platforms we're using to broadcast the show live. If you want to see the video, again, Twitch and YouTube are available right now at JimColbertLive.com. So if you're on Facebook, find one of those other feeds and hop on board, and you can still be involved. We thank you very much for your understanding. 3 was a little more than we could deal with, and Facebook changes up their rules and regulations every other week, and it's just a complete pain in the ass to deal with. So we're just going to be like, go to Twitch or go to YouTube. One of those two will work just fine for you. How's everybody doing on Wednesday? Everybody good?
Groovy.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Good. I'm good. Glad to have you in, actually. Jackson, yesterday was a big day for you. We really didn't talk about it much during the show because we were too busy being completely ridiculous and irresponsible.
Yesterday, we celebrated the 25th anniversary to Evander Holyfield getting his ear bitten off by Mike Tyson.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How many people celebrate that?
And also the day I got married.
You got married on the same day that Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear?
Not only that.
I remember where I was for that.
Not only
I was at
that.
a house party when you were getting married.
Yeah, not at the wedding.
Nope, not invited.
At the Sebastian Beach Inn, where our reception was, that afternoon was trying to rig cable up so we could have the fight available.
No.
Oh, buddy. Got to keep that one to yourself.
Oh boy, you're juggling way too much on a marriage day, on your wedding day, and you're trying to watch a prize fight?
Nah.
I gave it. I quickly, I'm like, it was like an idea, and then it's like, I ought to let that one go. So.
Yeah, Jack, I think that's a very good idea.
Not a good omen.
We should disallow the boxing match to happen at the wedding. Yes, I agree.
I disagree.
Yeah,
It was a reception, Jimmy,
I got you. Okay.
where people are partying.
So you guys went out to dinner last night to celebrate your 25th. That's your silver anniversary.
The silver anniversary, yep. We went to Crest Chop House.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Lovely. I know Ross has been talking about it as his favorite restaurant. Always a fan of a nice steakhouse. I heard great things about it.
They're
and
wonderful people, yes.
Wonderful people.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I mentioned yesterday on the air that you called it a flex when I said I was going to a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
That's all I said. And actually, the manager at Crest heard that.
Mm-hmm.
They found my name and they came over to our table last night to make sure that everything was okay. They said they heard us talk about him on the radio.
Yeah,
and they couldn't have been more nice.
They do a great job over there. They really do. You want a true steakhouse experience. Crest is where you go. And I don't know if you guys know this, and there are probably other restaurants. I know the Citrus Club, I think, used to be one of these restaurants, but there's a power table at Crest.
Oh, is there?
By the window?
Yes, sir.
There's the window.
When you walk in to the left, there's a round table that's been there. That's the power table. In other words, if you see somebody sitting at that table, chances are they are a major mover and shaker in Orlando, Florida, and they are not going to look like it. They're going to be like jeans, loafers, button-up shirt, worth like 9,000 trillion.
I got to be honest. We were there for Mom's birthday dinner a week ago, and I remember someone distinctly sitting at that table. They did not look like a mover shaker, though. They looked like an awkward first Tinder date.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that table usually is occupied by the ballers.
Have you sat there?
I'm not qualified.
Have you tried?
No reason to. No, I would not go up there and go, I deserve to be here. I mean, I know these Hughes family members probably need to get out of my way so the talk show guy can sit down.
Well, there's nothing that would insinuate that you might be one of those people that would ask.
I would not. I would never go, I need to sit at the power table. They should just know.
I would so love to watch you try to throw your Jim Colbert weight around.
Oh, my God. You mean the non-existent Jim Colbert weight?
Do you know who I am?
I can't even get a good seat at the cigar lounge that I endorse.
Jim Colbert show weight. Watch him go upstairs.
What's upstairs?
A struggle.
Is there really an upstairs there? I didn't even know.
No, I'm just describing you on stairs.
Oh, get out of here. You're accurate.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. What'd you have, Jack? Anything good? Like big steaks? The whole thing?
The 12-ounce filet.
Oh, my God.
Well, I talked to Ross. Ross is like my spirit guide when it comes to Crest Chop House.
How does that make you feel, Jim?
Yeah. I went to the.
You've been there more than I have.
I went to the True Foodie on the show.
Yeah, right.
And
the guy who spent all the money there, that's for sure.
He talked me through it, and he's like, "This is good, and you should get this." And he said, "Sides are for the table, and this and that." And so went through the whole thing, and so I had a plan. It was great.
Okay, so let me ask, because the most important thing with Jack Bradshaw going to a nice restaurant is the bill, because Jack is the cheapest human being I know.
Oof, and that is not a cheap place.
And let me tell you, any meal that Jack goes to with his wife that is over $35, he's asking for the manager. He is cheap. This place isn't cheap.
No, it is not.
It's not. With that said, where do you think Jack's bill was? Ross, you go first.
I'm going to go 180.
180.
No.
No alcohol.
190.
No alcohol, remember. No alcohol.
Aha.
180.
180, what do you think?
Oh, God, no alcohol.
No alcohol. They don't drink. Well,
I'm going to say 180 is a good guess. I'm going to go 150, Bob.
Oh, that's what I think. Any apps? Don't say that. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's a hint.
Really?
Yeah. I'm happy you pulled the plug on
We're
that.
got to all operate on the same basis of knowledge.
I understand.
See, Chase knows.
I'm going to shoot the gap. What am I going to do, Ross?
Shoot the gap!
165.
I don't know. They count the whole thing. I didn't see a bill.
Oh, you snake.
What?
Well, they heard us talking about him on the air, and then they're like, "Oh, and
Yours got comp though, right, Ross?
We appreciate you coming in and saying such nice things about us on the radio.
Didn't you?
And don't worry about it. We got this.
Didn't you just go there the other day?
Yeah.
Did you get comped?
No.
Are you the one who brings him up on the air all the time?
Yeah. They did not.
Full price.
I was Jim's
there.
dying. It was full price, and we were in the 4s, baby. We were in the 4s.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mom. You better like it.
Wow, your family ate a lot of food.
Well, there was a couple bottles of wine. That'll definitely boost that check.
That'll hurt you.
Right. I heard you have everything on the sides menu as well.
Yeah, we balled out.
We did it hardcore.
You went in. You went in.
Yeah.
Huh? All right.
We did the 12-ounce filet, which is the way to go, by the way.
That was very nice of them, Jack. You must admit.
Absolutely. I didn't expect it. It was lovely.
You joshing. Are you joshing? Are you yanking my slacks? Are you a slack yanker? You're yanking slacks, right?
I feel like at the table, I asked Ross, like, do you think since you're on the radio, they might throw down like a discount or comp this thing? And he's like, nah.
No, not that place.
They're not going to down this place.
Not that place, buddy. There's no comping involved. That's why I was absolutely floored when Jack told me that today.
Are you? He's joshing. He's joshing, Jacobing.
Look, I'm telling you what he told me. I'm not a slacks puller.
I was surprised as anyone. They found me. The reservation was under my name. They made the connection. It was just You know, it was very sweet of them. Man, it was just fantastic food. Wow, what an unbelievable experience. And thanks again to Ross, who really put them on my radar.
Well,
Thanks, Ross.
I'm still paying that off. I'm in debt.
It was so expensive.
Well,
Great. It was so good.
It was amazing, and it was worth it. But there's no way. There's no way. That's not happening.
What?
That did not happen. You did not get that comped.
Do I hit you as a slacks puller?
I think
Yes.
I think you might have been known to,
Chase, I was not talking to you. I was talking by you.
I think you can yank on some pants every now and then.
I'll put a pant check out. I'll yank some pants.
You had to tip.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
Tip
why
more.
I had to find out how much it was
Right, yeah.
so I could tip.
Yeah.
And they didn't just tell you
Mm.
because they comped it.
I feel bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I really did. When he told me, I said, we probably shouldn't tell Ross he's going to lose his mind.
No. That's why, since I had extra cash, you know, it's I bought some lottery tickets on the way home. So
Nice.
waiting to see how that shakes out.
Nice. And you bought pizza for the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
That's- By the way, that's the exact cash he used to buy the pizza for lunch today.
I swear to God, if you actually make money on the lottery tickets that you bought with the savings from a comped meal,
That would be sweet.
Does that ruin your day?
No. Does it sound like my day's ruined? It's not ruined. I just have to pull up my pants because they're still getting yanked.
Oh, you don't believe it.
I am speechless.
You're speechless.
I mean,
Well, that was worth it in general then, right?
And
Nobody.
you know what was great? I had to cut my own steak, but my wife ordered the New York strip au poivre.
Yeah, the peppercorns.
Yes, man, and that was
Delicious.
great. I had
Oh,
a
yeah,
piece of that.
That's for real.
They cut it up for him, so I
Whoa.
think next time I may get that just to get it pre-cut.
Oh, sure. Why wouldn't you?
Woo!
I mean, that way you can get your meal comped and you can get the choo-choo train.
I wouldn't expect him to do it a second time, although they did say, "Come back, we got you next time."
did
too.
they comp your valet as well?
Didn't valet parked in the garage?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
I'm
not
out,
that big of a baller.
I'm out 15.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to roll.
Oh my God, you're out 15.
$15.
I'm closer to 1,500.
Okay, buddy, listen, it's got nothing to do with you. This was Jack's 25th anniversry.
Yeah.
You're just taking mom to the birthday. I mean, this is a milestone. Your mom turning 70. Everybody turned 70, buddy.
Not everybody. And I'll be honest, we were kind of surprised you got there. Truth be told.
That's why it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I thought we gave her a bunch of stuff.
Did
bunch
they
of
know it was
food.
her birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did they?
We made it clear.
you guys made it very clear that it was her
Wait.
birthday when you came in, huh?
You know what? She kind of made it clear as well. I think they said, "Are you celebrating anything?" She was like, "I'm 70."
She had a birthday pin.
Did you?
she did.
Were you
She
throwing
wore-
out Real Radio swag when you walked in?
Did she have a birthday pin?
And she had a pin that said, "It's my birthday."
That's great.
that Olivia got her, and she wore to the dinner and to all of Kennedy Space Center like an 8-year-old.
I love that. That's great.
And they were like, "Oh, that's so great. We'd like to celebrate your life by charging you full price."
There you go. Very nice.
Was the food better? Did it taste?
Oh,
He said it was pretty amazing.
It was absolutely amazing.
Because free is the best kind of seasoning.
Yeah, it is.
I'm shook.
I just asked you if you let it ruin your day. Don't let it ruin your day. I mean, look, it all works out in the end. I have to tell my kids this all the time. It all comes out in the end. You'll see one of your brothers or sisters get something that you didn't get, and you'll get all mad about it. And then
Yeah.
down the road, something will happen for them, for you, and then you'll have to watch your brothers and sisters get angry about it.
Don't be jelly.
It all comes out in the wash.
I can absolutely be. Everyone should be jealous. This is
Because-
jealousy city.
Because
It
the
has
guy who's
no
been with us-
effect on you.
You've been here 30 years. A guy who's been here 30 years gets a little break, and you're mad about it?
Has no effect on your experience. You still had a great experience.
You ever try to court a lady in your younger days? You give her flowers, give her chocolates, give her compliments. You pursue her and just be the nicest guy for months and months and months, and then she goes to prom with a dirtbag. That's what you did.
I didn't do anything.
I'm talking to Jack.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
I'm the dirtbag?
Yeah, you're the dirtbag.
You're the prom
you're the
dirtbag.
dude that just built up
in.
all the nice goodwill that Ross has
They
built.
said, we heard it. You guys have been talking about us for a while on the radio. We just wanted to thank you.
And who started that?
I did.
Who second place started that?
Stop.
Can I be honest? I feel like I'm actually the guy that won the most here. Because I'm not on this show, and I have not paid for that dinner.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Could you imagine if that was true?
Oh, my God. Thank God. Jesus.
Just so you know, I paid for my meal. It was not a free meal, Ross. That was just for you. I decided on the drive home last night that that's what I would tell you.
Right.
Oh, man.
Now, you know how terrible? Now you feel better, and you should feel awful for feeling better.
Yeah.
Because you now feel better because he didn't get something that you didn't get.
When I told my wife I was
Terrible
going to say
person.
that to you, she laughed and then
Terrible.
she said, "You can't. That would be horrible." But I said, "But you laughed."
What a personality litmus test that was, huh? And you failed.
I am,
Way to go, Ross!
And your brother.
This is not.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't pay for it.
Hey, a McDonald's manager is offering to comp you a Happy Meal.
At this point, man, I'll take a McChicken.
All right.
Toys, extra money.
What's coming up for news, buddy?
I got an update about the 2 Mexican men that might be facing charges over a little van that was stacked with a lot of bodies.
51.
A massive update talking about the tourists that were found dead at a resort in the Bahamas back in May.
Yep.
And I have a top 10 barbecue city list.
Nice.
All right. That is what's coming up for Toke News.
Got it, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is...
Our device to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
We're looking at a stop and go right eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. It's also slow out of Polk County between US Highway 27 up to 429. Westbound travel a steady ride between 429 and Osceola Polk Line Road. No reported issues on the 408. The beach line is up to speed as well as a turnpike. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Our buddy Craig LaFleur will be in here in just a little bit. Pirate Spot Fireworks is your local source for the best specials. Florida's largest selection of buy one, get 2 free fireworks. Let the experts over at Pirate Spot make you a backyard hero. Help design your perfect show using their touch screens to view product videos before you actually buy them. And with locations in Longwood and Eustis, they're close to you. Firework demand at an all-time high. Shop early for the best selection and grand openings. Better fireworks, better prices, and a no-dud guarantee. Visit Pirate Spot online for more information at iwantfireworks.com.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. iHeartRadio, let's go!
A weekend full of superstar performances, never seen before collaboration, and once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday the 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com.
Save time and money with a wood fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Spectrum is America's leading internet provider, delivering ultra-fast gig speeds you need on the high-performance network you want. And Spectrum's advanced home Wi-Fi is security made simple, automatically blocking outside threats, along with 99.9% network reliability. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum Internet. Get 200 megabits per second for only $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com today for details. Based on internet subscribers among top internet service providers. Restrictions apply.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
It's official. Tijuana Flats now has carnitas. Try our new Queso Blanco Carnitas Chimichanga, Spicy Habanero Carnitas Burrito, and Chipotle Barbecue Pork Tacos. Order now at TijuanaFlats.com.
Time is running out on the hottest finance offer of the year at IDC. Now through June 30th, you can get 5 years zero-interest financing on practically anything and everything. A $10,000 handcrafted Toke ring comes to around $167 a month, so you can splurge and go big. Think about it. You pay nothing. Zero, nada in interest for 5 whole years. Wedding bands for just $40 a month. Stud earrings just $30 a month. Don't miss this amazing offer. But hurry, it ends June 30th at International Diamond Center.
Interest rates may be rising elsewhere, but not at International Diamond Center. Now through June 30th, you can get zero interest for 5 whole years. That's right. You buy now and spread your payments out over 5 years without a dime in interest. Only IDC can make an offer like this on rings, earrings, pendants, bands, designer jewelry, even GIA certified diamonds. Just one tiny catch. This is a limited time offer and it absolutely ends June 30th. 5 years, zero interest financing with nothing down at International Diamond Center.
Tampa, Clearwater, and Lakeland on approved credit.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S-2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line. Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda that threatens American innovation? We need to stop Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the D.C. liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense. Call the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3121. Tell Senate Republicans to oppose S-2992. ProtectingTaxpayers.org, paid for and authorized by Taxpayers Protection Alliance.
Each week on the Martha Stewart podcast, the woman who's done it all, from TV to magazines to radio and more, engages in intimate, in-depth interviews with some of the world's most fascinating people.
Every time I go anywhere, all they want to know is, how's Snoop?
You don't think I get approached all the time by people that say, do you think you can get me a picture of Martha? You think you can get an autograph?
Listen to the Martha Stewart podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bloomberg Crypto is the new daily podcast from Bloomberg and iHeartRadio that tackles everything from Bitcoin to Bored Apes. Each weekday, Bloomberg reporters and experts from every corner of the industry discuss the latest in cryptocurrencies and explore how it impacts our lives, our politics, and our culture.
How many machines would I need to buy, not that I will, to kind of mine Bitcoin effectively?
Like tens of thousands of machines.
Tens of thousands. That's way more than I was expecting.
Listen to Bloomberg Crypto on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Somebody just said, hey, you guys haven't mentioned Deb. Everything okay? Yeah, Deb is out again today. I thought we mentioned yesterday she was more than likely going to be that way. I called her this morning because you can't text Deborah because she won't tell you the truth. Like, how you feeling? Good enough to come in. I'm like, let's hear you. And I called her up. She's like, oh, God, I can barely speak. And I'm like, get out of here.
At least she responds to text.
Yeah. I do not. Nope. But she is she is doing way better. And is hopefully will be back tomorrow, but maybe not. I told her to just, I was with Jack, and I was like, just take the rest of the week off, and we'll just come back next week, and you'll get some rest. Because the thing is it takes a lot out of you. That Omicron thing just kind of kicks your ass for a couple days, but it takes you 2 or 3 days to recover from it. And I think that's kind of where she is now. So we'll give you updates as we move forward. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Remember, your 3 o'clock keyword is credit, CREDIT. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot to win $1,000. Had a winner a couple days ago. Would love to get back on track today. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is here. Chase Padgett stopped by today to hang out with us. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's get a check of the news. Here's Ross.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Jim. You know it's on a clapper.
You ready?
Yeah. Welcome to Toke News, where we all have to put on a news voice. R&B star R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Whoa!
That is fresh breaking news, like kneecap breaking news.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That happened just a little bit a while ago for using his superstardom to subject young fans, some just children, to systematic sexual abuse. The singer and songwriter, who is 55 plus 30 means bye-bye, was convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking last year at a trial that gave voice to accusers who had once wondered if their stories were being ignored because they were black women. That's right. Talk about getting space jammed in prison.
Come on. Elaine Maxwell only gets 20 years. R. Kelly gets 30.
I believe he will cry.
I believe he will touch his ankles.
I got some in my eye.
There we go. Over to Jack.
Elsewhere on the docket, a jury of 7 men and 5 women have been chosen to decide the fate of the convicted Parkland school shooter. Jurors will either sentence the 23-year-old shooter to life in prison or recommend death penalty for the deadly 2018 shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High. The jury was chosen from a final pool of 53 candidates who survived 3 rounds of questioning.
Authorities say 2 Mexican men are facing charges. This is now making a lot of news after at least 51, I believe the last number I heard was actually 52, died inside a truck that was abandoned in a Texas heat wave.
Oh.
State officials said most of the 39 men and 12 women found in the semi-trailer in an industrial area on the outskirts of San Antonio were Mexican citizens. Authorities described, quote, stacks of bodies, end quote, inside the tractor trailer and others, some hot some so hot you could not touch, had collapsed nearby. Investigators traced the truck's vehicle registration to a San Antonio address, which they placed under surveillance. The men were arrested separately when leaving the residence. Immigration and Customs Enforcement called the scale of the tragedy never before seen and the greatest loss of life in an attempted human trafficking operation into the U.S.
Yeah, that's tough stuff, man. And they said it was a clone truck or something like that. They had cloned the serial numbers or something of that nature. It was kind of weird how that whole thing went down. Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
A bipartisan bill has been filed in Congress to bring attention to the thousands of veterans who suffer from post-traumatic stress. Palm Beach County Republican Brian Mass and California Democrat Scott Peters introduced the legislation in the House this week to name June Post-Traumatic Stress Injury Awareness Month. Mass is a wounded war veteran, says it's an effort to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health that frequently prevents veterans and members of the military from seeking treatment.
This story is more of an update from the tragedy back in May because carbon monoxide poisoning is what is being told that killed 3 U.S. tourists found dead at a resort in Bahamas. This was back in May. Police announced yesterday. Authorities did not provide any further details, however, saying the deaths were still under investigation. The victims had been identified as Michael Phillips, Robbie Phillips, both from Tennessee, and Vincent Chiarella.
Yeah, it sounds good. Ding.
64 from Florida. So we lost one of our own there.
Disney, the House of the Mouse, their CEO will continue in what he calls the honor of a lifetime. The company's board of directors voted yesterday to extend Bob Chapek's contract for 3 years. The 63-year-old has been CEO since 2020. Now, the board says Disney was dealt a tough hand by the pandemic, but Chapek has helped them weather the storm and emerge in a position of strength, and their little feud with the state of Florida or Florida governor continues.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, this next story, I don't think it's on the same rate as NFL, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening here in the States with our soccer players. The late Scott Vermillion, a former MLS player, is now the first known case of chronic traumatic CTE. Let's just call it CTE.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, because that's going to take the entire segment. In an American professional soccer, according to the New York Times, the soccer player died at the age of 44 on December 25th in acute alcohol and prescription drug poisoning, according to his family. But doctors at Boston University discovered in late 2021 that he also suffered from stage 2 CTE after examining his brain. This is the first public diagnosis of it at the professional soccer level in the United States.
Wow.
Also in sports, today is the day we're expecting to find out the future of Tropicana Field, the Trop, and what it will look like. The St. Petersburg mayor, Ken Welch, said he'll make a major announcement about the home of the Tampa Bay Rays. 2 developers remain in the bidding to redevelop the 86-acre site.
Now, didn't DeSantis just reject $40 million in funding toward that, or the practice facility? What was it? Was it the Trop? Were they trying to rebuild that, or?
Well, that's what they were going to announce,
the renovation
what
of that?
the plan is.
Got
because for the longest time, they've been trying to get a different stadium built,
right?
But with no luck. People complain. I went there a couple weeks ago, caught a game there. I don't mind. When you drive over 2 hours to go to a baseball game, it's nice knowing it's not going to be rained out.
That's right, for sure.
Nice air conditioning, 72 degrees. Just saying.
Jim, do you know who Aaron DeGroft is?
I do not know who Aaron DeGroft is.
He is fired.
Oh, I do know who that is. Yes.
Museum of Art director Aaron DeGroft was fired by the museum board yesterday as the turmoil and fallout continues from the troubled Jean-Michel Basquiat exhibit.
It was all fake. Well, the big thing is, we're going to talk about with Scott a little bit today as well, is they fired this guy while he was on vacation, by the way.
Good.
Yeah, he was on vacation because he procured this collection of 25 paintings. They can't even verify of being real. The stuff around the paintings are really odd. The feds seized them.
Yeah, what are you doing taking a vacation when the FBI is at your place that you're supposed to manage?
Yeah,
nothing to notice here, everyone.
Hey, you make those plans, you know what?
There's sometimes you got to cancel some plans, and I would say anything to do with the FBI means you got to cancel your vacation.
Or maybe you kind of knew this was coming and you didn't want to be there when it happened.
I'd rather be on a Carnival cruise than get fired.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, it's not Carnival, but the latest addition to the Disney Cruise Line is being christened today at Port Canaveral. Disney Wish will set sail from the port on its first voyage to Castaway Cay, Disney's private island in the Bahamas, July 14th.
Yeah, wish it had gambling.
And speaking of wish, don't you wish you had $360 million?
Hell yeah,
because the Mega Million jackpot is up to $360 million after no one matched all the numbers in that lottery. The cash option is $199.3 million for Friday's drawing, and the Powerball jumps to $365 million for tonight's drawing, with the cash option of a little over $207 million. Drawings are held at 11 p.m. Eastern, 3 days a week for each lottery.
I'd like to go on the record. If I win that, I'd like to take the Paget brothers to
Crest. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That would be the night they comped it for you.
All the sides.
They're very nice.
All the sides.
Order 2.
Jim, have you ever tried smuggling live animals at an airport?
I mean, who hasn't, buddy?
Well, you may want to rethink it.
Okay.
Because 2 women are arrested at Bangkok's airport Monday after an X-ray inspection revealed more than 100 live animals.
Doesn't it seem like in Bangkok's airport it should be mandatory to have 100 animals in your suitcase?
Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. 100 live animals in their luggage. Thai wildlife officials said 109 animals were discovered in 2 suitcases.
That's unbelievable.
I need to know more.
Okay, well, guess what? I'll feed you. They included 2 white porcupines. Why do they got to be white? 2 armadillos, 35 turtles, 50 lizards, and 20 snakes. Eat your heart out, Noah.
Man, that's a lot of wildlife.
The women were heading for a fight back to their home in India when they were arrested and charged with smuggling.
Can you imagine getting the wrong luggage? Like you have the exact same kind of luggage. You're at the carousel. Oh, there it is. You get back to your room and snakes.
Oh, man.
Why did it have to be snakes?
With
Ross, let me tell you that the 50 years later, where were you 50 years ago, Ross?
I think I might have been in, Vietnam? My dad was in Vietnam. I was probably chilling with him.
Actually, good connection there, and I know it was a guess, but a Vietnamese woman known as Napalm Girl says she no longer is a victim of war. Yeah. Kim Phuc was 9 years old when she was captured in a Pulitzer Prize-winning photo running naked and screaming after a napalm bomb attack in her village in the Vietnam War. Now she's 59. She was in Miami yesterday to get laser treatment for the burns that she suffered on that day back in 1972. She says she still remembers the plane, the bombs, the noise, and the fire that was all around her. She now lives in Canada where she runs a foundation to help children of war. Says she's no longer Napalm Girl, but a survivor calling out for peace.
Man, that photograph is tragic, man.
And that that's good news, but round of applause for Jack over the last name. Round of applause.
They have it spelled phonetically here.
Okay.
Because I almost...
You have to be very careful.
Yeah, that was tough.
Those Thai names get real interesting.
Yeah.
And their luggage. With hundreds of flights facing delays and cancellations during summer vacation times, Delta Airlines pilots are about to picket for better pay, protections, and scheduling. A press release says that hundreds of off-duty pilots are scheduled to attend picketing events in Atlanta, Dallas, L.A., and other major airports. If you thought the airport was rough, buckle up or not, because you're not getting off the tarmac. The pilots want to resume contract negotiations that were paused indefinitely during the pandemic.
This is why I drive to gigs.
No, man, it is going to be a nightmare this weekend. Everything I'm reading is saying that it is going to be a nightmare if you plan on flying this weekend.
Hey, speaking of flying, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket scheduled to launch a communication satellite for a company from Luxembourg today. A more than 2-hour launch window opens just after 5 p.m. tonight at Cape Canaveral. Weather conditions, 80% chance for go, so we should be able to see it from here. There's another launch set for tomorrow. United Launch Alliance sending an Atlas V rocket on a mission for the U.S. Space Force.
And here it is, to wrap up your Toke news.
Okay.
The top 10 list of barbecue cities.
So the best cities in America for barbecue.
Yes, this survey was created by Longstarter.
I'm going to have some feelings about this.
Yeah, they're sharing their opinion on the best barbecue in the U.S. They just came out with their list of the best barbecue cities. They based their findings on 14 hallmarks of good barbecue, including award-winning barbecue restaurants, chefs, experience hosting a, quote, master level, end quote, competition, multiple barbecue festivals, high fan ratings, and much, much more. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 10, Overland Park, Kansas.
Okay, Kansas has to be in there.
Kansas has got to be in there. Number 9, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
All right.
Okay.
8, didn't see this one coming, New York.
Yeah, I saw that about a year and a half ago that they had a couple places kind of enter the fray up there.
Now, 7, I think, should be higher. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Sure.
It's so dangerous to go outside there.
Yeah. You might become barbecue.
Right, exactly.
Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, that's number 6. Number 5 is Memphis.
Okay, Memphis, very nice.
Do you know what Memphis stands for?
Memphis is our sister city with Egypt or something, isn't it? Or
it's an acronym.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it stands for Making Easy Money, Pimpin' Hoes is Serious.
Okay.
Cincinnati is number 4.
Cincinnati?
Really?
Yeah.
Cincinnati?
They're known for throwing chili on pasta.
Yeah, that's the thing is they're not even known for barbecue. I haven't heard a Texas city yet or a North Carolina city yet.
You know what, though? They are right across the river from Kentucky.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense if you think about it.
I guess maybe.
Number 3, H-Town, Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas.
Number 2, another surprise shocker here, Chicago.
Huh.
But you got to remember, these barbecue guys can go set up anywhere. It doesn't really matter where they are. They take the technique with them to these cities to provide, because they'll pay more for it. There, they will. It's like when fried chicken and soul food became a real big thing in New York for that hot minute. Same kind of thing.
And number 1, I kind of have to agree. It's the best barbecue I've had inside of my body. That's a weird way of putting that. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Missouri.
My wife said the best barbecue she's ever had was at Kansas City. What's weird there is that Aaron, the brisket guy, the guy that's so famous for brisket, has that place called that barbecue place over in Texas.
In Austin?
And near Austin, that people wait from 4 o'clock in the morning until they open. And that's supposed to be the best barbecue in America, and that wasn't even brought up.
And that is your Toke News. Toke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. I love this guy. Work with somebody you can trust and who knows the Central Florida real estate market. Don gives you amazing advice as host of the Home Loans Radio show right here on your favorite station, 104.1, every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. He's literally giving you advice that you would have to pay for. He even answers your text questions live on air. Learn more at homeloansradio.com. You're officially toked up. I'm out. Peace.
Thanks, buddy. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We do have another warm day ahead. Afternoon highs will be in the low 90s across the interior and upper 80s along our east coast. We are looking at a 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms, but likely after lunchtime and then pushing off to the west side of the peninsula. So make sure you stay weather aware because we could be seeing some heavy rain. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction company, returns to the Orange County Convention Center this July 6th to the 9th with 1,500 vehicles at auction. Use the discount code Orlando20 at checkout to claim your $20 discount off standard bidder registrations at Mecum.com.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com.
You've trusted Cars for Kids with your car donations for over 2 decades. Now Cars for Kids can help with your property donations too. If you're spending money on a property you don't use or hassling with out-of-state properties, donate to Cars for Kids instead. It's simple and easy. They will take over all taxes, maintenance, and insurance obligations. Best of all, you'll receive a tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property. To donate, visit carsforkidsrealestate.org or call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS today to learn more. That's CARS with a K.
The Summer of Truck Sales event is back and it's going on right now down at Nations Trucks. Make no payments until October with approved credit and get $500 in free gas or diesel fuel with any purchase. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ram, and GMC. Start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Were you hurt in a vehicle and want compensation? When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Did an accident leave you in need of representation? When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson. You've heard the phrase, too good to be true. We know that thousands of people just like you get that feeling when they receive an offer online to purchase their vehicle, only to find out it was too good to be true. But when you receive an offer to purchase your vehicle from AutoBuy, you always get the max, never a bait and switch, and you get paid on the spot. That's why we are Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. Don't get misleading offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
Attention timeshare owners. Were you roped into buying a timeshare with high-pressure sales tactics? Did they leave out the part where the vacation times you want will never be available? Did that pushy salesperson mention your fees would go up year after year? Of course not. It was lies by omission, high-pressure tactics, and psychological sales tricks right from the start. Timeshare resorts want you to think there's no way out. Not true. That's yet another mind trick. Timeshare Defense Attorneys wants to help you break free from your overpriced and unavailable timeshare burden. Our team has the legal expertise and experience that consistently gets results helping thousands of people permanently cancel their timeshares. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and offers a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Don't let them continue to manipulate you. Call Timeshare Defense Attorneys now for your free consultation. 866-888-8624. That's 866-888-8624. 866-888-8624.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line. Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda that threatens American innovation? We need to stop Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the D.C. liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense. Call the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3121. Tell Senate Republicans to oppose S2992. ProtectingTaxpayers.org, paid for and authorized by Taxpayers Protection Alliance.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Let our team member Anna tell you why.
People always say Culver's food tastes homemade, but that's also because our menu is like basically homegrown. Cooked to order butter burgers and rich, creamy, fresh frozen custard, two of Wisconsin's favorite traditions. Same goes for our perfectly melty cheese curds and Culver's new Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger.
It's delicious.
Available for a limited time. I mean, could it get more Wisconsin-y than all that?
Stop in and let's make our traditions your tradition. Welcome to Delicious.
When the heat is on, Del Air can turn it off. Go to delair.com to schedule your appointment today.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch.
Yeah. We like it when you watch.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Dare you? That should get you thrown in R&B prison.
Oh, I mean, that's a fun. Big-headed boy. Oh, yeah.
Man. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Sometimes I forget I sang that on TV.
Oh, is this the one you did, right?
Yeah, this is my audition song.
That's right.
And real talk, I won't say who, but one of the judges legit said, "Why'd you sing a Will Smith song?"
Oh, you have got to be kidding.
And like the rest of the judges went, "What?"
Oh.
Like the whole room was like, "Hold up."
Wasn't Elon Musk's girlfriend part of that whole thing? She was part of yours or no?
No, she was on my show.
Yeah, her name was Grimes, and she was one of the judges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long fingernails.
Very long fingernails. She clapped with them.
Yeah.
So it sounded like a dog running across a linoleum floor?
It was. I mean, I was backstage. I couldn't hear it proper.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is here. Ross is here. Chase Padgett. That's the other voice you hear stopping in.
Yo.
Star of Fox's Alter Ego.
Huge, life-changing star. Semifinalist.
Did you really? I mean, I have to ask because, I mean, now that it's over, we can talk about it. Is there going to be another season, by the way?
I don't believe there will be.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be kind of surprised. They actually just dropped, just this week, dropped the single for the guy who won it.
Yeah.
And,
Is he a nice guy? You guys
actually,
You said that there was a real camaraderie for you guys.
Dude,
there.
we
right?
have an Instagram thread from all of the contestants that we still talk on every day.
That's cool, man.
It's one of those weird things where the show didn't do a whole lot for the people that were on it. But it was a wonderful experience. It really was. I'm so grateful to have had it, and all of the contestants became friends. And I think we're actually going to try to. I'm actually meeting up with one of them tomorrow for lunch.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, and
they're from here in town?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah. And we're going to try to do just a reunion.
That'd be kind of
in
cool.
September, just because.
When you do a show like that after it's said and done, do you have any NDAs or any binding legalities that you can't? Obviously you can't use their name or to promote yourself, but you can say from Fox's Alter Ego, though, right?
I can say semifinalist on Fox's Alter Ego, the most expensive season 1 Fox has ever produced.
That Orlando DeVille, I'm on his Instagram page right now, 242 followers.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Burning it up. Burning it up. It's so funny because I think TV or television, Ross and I have talked about this before, when your online presence and your social presence became really, that sliding scale of you have to be on the Tonight Show to be famous. As a comedian, as an entertainer, you get up there, you do your thing, that scale's slowly been sliding to, it doesn't really matter if you've made it on Colbert or Fallon or any of those shows anymore. That doesn't really have the value of your social media audience. And that's got to be an odd thing because I think you and I both come from that era where, if you're on Carson, write the check, or if you're on Fallon now or Kimmel, write the check.
Yeah, the gatekeepers have been removed, but also your efforts have been atomized to the wind. You have to have that social media following. And that for me is a really mixed bag. I understand that.
Yeah.
And I don't make enough online content. I know I don't. But at the same time, I just don't want to be looking at my phone, looking at metrics every day.
And you got to remember for people who, and I'm not saying that people who use social media to become famous aren't some talented.
Oh, for sure they are.
But a majority of them are not. And they just did something stupid to get a lot of attention. It caught the right eyes. It got shared. But for people like you, I think one of the reasons that I find that people who have actual true talent have a hard time with that is because they've already kind of earned their audience. I've always said, and Ross will talk about, kids coming in that were YouTube comics and they'll go into an actual comedy club in front of actual people and then just, uncomfortably bomb because you forge that personality through those experiences. When I see, one of the reasons I believe that a lot of the reality television shows don't really create stars anymore, not actual stars, is because there's no club dates to grind out the actual act anymore.
Very true.
You don't do that. You're not traveling across the country and playing in tents or playing to 15 people in a dive bar because you booked it that night and you're playing that gig and you learn from doing that. You learn what it takes to massage an audience into liking you.
You ever read Born Standing Up by Steve Martin?
One of my favorite books of all time.
Totally. And at the very end of the book, he talks about filming The Jerk and how all of his stage time, as per his words, gave him a vestigial sense of the audience. You will never earn that if you are only making work for social media.
And it's tough to explain that to people because you see people being very, and I've always said I thought one of the true injustices in modern media is not purporting the idea that working hard still gets you success. That everybody seems to want the idea of get rich overnight, get famous overnight, hit a TikTok channel overnight, do something stupid on Instagram and be famous overnight. And the next thing you know, go from being a nobody to being incredibly famous in 10 days,
but also
20 days.
Leaves that fast too.
Right, exactly. But they don't understand the value of working hard to get there because they don't give it any credit. Mm-hmm. That's the problem, is this new audience of entertainers doesn't really give the idea of grinding it out over years credit. That's why the overnight success thing. I used to talk to Larry the Cable Guy all the time in this building, and when he got that show Cars, he goes, "Don't you know, Jimmy, I'm an overnight success." He'd been doing stand-up for 12 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
He started a whole thing where he would call into radio shows and do this character, Larry the Cable Guy, and it was like every day he would make 28 phone calls to 28 radio stations and do it live because he wouldn't record it because it wasn't genuine. So he did it live every time. Every 5 minutes he was doing this bit every morning of his life for years, and he gets Cars and he's an overnight success. And you never, because people just don't get credit for working hard anymore.
You know what I actually find funny? That's very parallel to my experience as a performer when I was working at the theme parks. Because you learn a lot about performing when you got to do it 7 times a day, 5 days a week in front of people who are only in front of you because they wanted air conditioning.
Exactly.
And they might not speak English, and you need to do your bit.
Right.
You need to do it well right now, and you got 8 minutes.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. If you did not hear the breaking news, R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in federal prison for basically doing a whole bunch of bad stuff to very young kids. So he'll be in jail for a very long time.
We have a live animal ready to enter your studio for the next segment, sir.
Hell yeah, Animal House up next. Debbie Helsel's here from Back to Nature Wildlife Refuge. We'll talk to her right after this.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Well, we're seeing big delays now on the turnpike heading southbound between County Road 561 and Mineola. A disabled vehicle stuck in the right lane. It's also causing major delays in the northbound direction, so avoid this stretch right now. Eastbound travel on I-4, stop and go between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound busy right near Osceola Polkline Road. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Beef O'Brady's. See you at Beef's.
It's time to play Beef O'Brady's 2 for $25. Where will you land? Steak and grilled shrimp? The O'Brady burger and cheesy bacon chicken? Beef's 2 for $25. Pick a starter plus 2 entrees, just $25 at Beef's.
Man, it's time to get the grill of your dreams. Tools Ace Hardware right here in Central Florida. They are the best. Traeger, Napoleon, Big Green Egg, Weber. That Weber Genesis series, insane. They refill propane, have every flavor of wood, pellet, chip, or chunk in stock, ready to go, plus a wide variety of charcoals, including that Brazilian hardwood I use for my Big Green Egg, sauces and rubs from national brands and local brands, including ours here from the Jim Colbert Show. Service Tech, specializing in grills with repairs and warranty issues. Always free assembly and delivery, and 11 locations. Find the grill of your dreams for 4th of July weekend right now at toolsacehardware.com.
Real Radio wants to give you a vacation from inflation by putting $1,000 in your hand. We're talking about $1,000 9 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. At the end of each hour, the winner will be contacted by phone, so answer the call, even if you don't recognize the phone number. That's how you get $1,000 in your hand and a little inflation vacation. This contest is sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air has been in business since 1992, right here in Central Florida. That's over 29 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. That's Mills Air. It's equipment change-out time. You can get upgrades up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
It's been said that good fences make good neighbors. Your friends at Fence Outlet couldn't agree more. Whatever style, whatever color, just share your ideas. And your friends at Fence Outlet will have the right application for you. For quality fences at the best prices, go to fenceoutlet.com.
License number C10252 and C10803.
Do you want to sell your home fast? Then get ready to write down an important number. I'm Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers, and we pay cash for houses with no commissions or fees. We buy properties in any condition or situation and can close in as little as 3 days or on your time frame. You can even get a $10,000 cash advance before the closing. Call us today for a free no-obligation offer. 407-410-9000. That's 407-410-9000.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain. explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
FrankGayServices.com.
Hurricane season is here, and if you're in an older home with flimsy, outdated windows, your family and property could be at risk. My friends at FHIA Remodeling, they want to help. They've been replacing old windows for homeowners with ones that are hurricane tough and energy efficient, and they've been doing it for over 15 years. They're factory certified installers. They use premium materials, get the work done fast, full cleanup, minimal disruption, very easy for you with quality you can trust. That's why over 100,000 homeowners have chosen them and recommend their friends and family do the same. During the month of June, get up to $1,500 off all their products. No money down, no payments or interest for 18 months. And you can call today, schedule a risk-free in-home consultation. Just call 407-5100. That's 407-500-0100. You can schedule them to come over. They'll show up on time. They don't make you wait around. They walk you through all your options for protecting your home and saving on your energy costs. And if you act now, they'll even throw in an upgrade to Solar Max Glass. Give my friends at FHIA Remodeling a call at 407-500-0100.
When people are counting on you, you can count on Ram. So hurry in for a great deal from one of the most awarded truck brands in America. Ram, built to serve. Finance and get $5,800 in total values on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab equipped with a gas-powered V6 engine. Total values include combined cash allowance and 2300 Bighorn Level B package value. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/5/22.
It's a can't-miss summer on Today. This week, we'll help you plan your summer getaway. Plus, the star of Minions, Steve Carell. And Keith Urban kicks off your weekend. Watch The Today Show every morning on NBC.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Does your AC need attention? Visit millsair.com now. Since 1992, millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to say thank you for always being there for us and keeping us in a great mood. I haven't had the best day today, but I knew I could come home and listen to y'all and you'd entertain me for the next 4 hours. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.
That's right, guys. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is green. Green. Head over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Your 4 o'clock keyword is green. Good luck. We would love to see you win that dough. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is here. Ross is here. Chase is here. Let's do Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
All right, Animal House brought to you by our friends over at Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Animal House brought to you proudly by Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. I had a little accident right before we came on the air. My apologies, but let's give it up for Debbie Helsel for Back to Nature Wildlife Refuge.
Hey.
What's going on, kiddo?
Oh my gosh! Wow, it's been a super busy year, but I'm excited to be in studio
Yeah,
again.
I know, man. We haven't seen you in a while. That's so cool to have you back. If you want to go to JimColbertLive.com, we are broadcasting this live on Twitch and on YouTube. And Debbie, tell everybody real quick about Back to Life Wildlife Refuge.
Well, Back to Nature's a
Back to
wildlife.
Nature.
Yeah. Back to Nature's a wildlife rehabilitation and a public education facility. And actually, last week we just celebrated our 33rd anniversary as an organization.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
How many animals do you figure you've put back into nature in those 33 years?
Oh my gosh!
It's got to be thousands, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're somebody, one of our people recently had an estimate of about 60,000, but I think that number's way low because right now we're doing over 4,200, almost 4,300 animals a year now we're getting.
Wow.
It's insane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously you're going to have a lot of squirrels. You get a lot of those, right?
Yep.
And a lot of what you brought today for us, I guess, that you brought today. But, I mean, is that what makes up the primary bunch? Is it birds? Is it?
Yeah, it depends on the time of year. Like right now is baby season, for a lot of critters. And so right now is baby opossums. That are starting to slow down, but for some reason we're still getting super little babies, which is interesting. And but baby birds. We're getting a lot of baby birds, but that'll start to slow down a little bit, and then we'll start getting squirrels.
Okay, so I don't know anything about how possums do they nest? Do they nest in trees? Because I know you find squirrels because during spring you'll get the storms. It knocks them out of their nest. You find them on the forest floor a lot.
Right.
But what happens with possums? Because I thought they basically cleave to their mother until they get old enough and then they go off.
Right. Well, the babies, they're a marsupial. And when they're born, they're like as big as a lima bean, and the gestation's only 13 days before they have those babies.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's right. That's pretty fast. And then mom has to drag them around in a pouch, for a few months. And then they're old enough that they're usually riding on her back a little bit.
Right.
And then when she's walking around, if she gets scared or, unfortunately, a lot of times we get them because they're trying to cross the road and they get hit by a car. And, most of the time they take the hit from the front. So a lot of times they don't survive the injuries, but the babies kind of are in the pouch and have a fatty layer around them. So a lot of times they survive it. But if they're on their back, sometimes they kind of get dispersed when that happens, and a lot of times citizens find them and they just grab them up, get them warm, and try to get them to places like us, and we take care of them till they're big enough or well enough to go back into the wild.
And how old are opossums? By the way, let's go ahead and introduce our guest today because I don't want to go any further. That's obviously it's what we have with us today, right?
yeah, I actually brought a little possum with me, and
look at that thing.
I know his name is Nicky. And he's named actually after one of the Orange County Animal Services officers, Nicole, who is the one who brought him to us. And we've had him since the end of March.
Oh, my God.
And he's not really grown very much since we've gotten him. He was solid pink, so he's starting to get a little bit of color, starting to get a little bit more active than he was. So, he has grown a little bit, but not like he should be growing. He's right at about, just a guesstimate, is probably about 6 months old now, but he's probably going to be what we refer to as a dwarf, where they just
what do you keep him in a box,
right?
Like a runt.
Yeah,
like a runt,
like
right,
a veal,
right?
But are all runts dwarfs?
I would say no, because most of the time they still grow. A lot of times it's you get a runt because the litters are so large. They have a baker's dozen, so they have 13 babies, and usually about 8 to 10 survive. So there's always going to be a few that are getting, a little bit more of the lion's share of stuff. So they're not getting everything. So there's always one that's a little bit of a straggler, but sometimes mom has a little bit of a smaller litter that makes it.
Right.
And if she's in a good neighborhood, sometimes those babies are pretty darn big. And then you have other times that there's ones that are in areas that are coming from construction or just different places that they don't have a lot of support. Even though they're a scavenger, they still have to have something to eat. And if they can't find that, then, mom can't. If mom's not healthy, the babies aren't going to be healthy. So she's struggling just to stay alive and to feed the babies because they're, all inside on the in the pouch latch onto a teat. So, they're leaning for her for food.
And I'm sure they have predators to dodge as well, correct?
They do, but the main predators, that they have is pretty much man. And of course with man comes cars and construction
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. But the other main reason that we get them is actually dog attacks.
Really?
Yeah. Well, dogs see them as moving prey.
Right, yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
and if they happen to catch them in the yard, the possum, gets startled. They either, it's flight or fight. So they're either going to take off or they're going to stand still. If they stand still and play dead, most of the dogs probably would leave them alone because the whole goal is,
To fight,
the
yeah, to
excitement
kill,
of
right,
the
yes.
catch.
Sure.
The excitement of the catch. So, their main means of defense is either show their teeth or play opossum. So, but being nearsighted, they're not very good about, picking out what's happening around them and being nocturnal. That doesn't help either
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you can't see very good. So.
Debbie Helsel's with us, back to Nature Wildlife Refuge out in the Lake Nona area. Is that, yeah?
Yeah,
So,
we are. We've been out there for over 8 years now.
Yeah, that new place is
Yeah,
awesome, though.
It's beautiful.
So, I mean, when obviously you guys work off donations, you get a grant from the state?
No, we actually we do get a small stipend from Orange County Animal Services that comes out of their budget, and that's only because they bring us animals.
Right.
And then we get a small stipend from Osceola County Animal Control or Animal Services because they also bring us animals because we sit right on the boundary line.
Right.
And they don't have any place else, to take them. So, but that's a very small amount in comparison to our budget, which is now $350,000 a year that we have to raise.
Wow.
So, I mean, from the first time we started coming here, it wasn't that high, but it's more than doubled since the last, since we started coming, and doing the show with you guys. But
Is that mostly manpower, or is that manpower plus food plus shelter plus?
yeah, it's to be honest, a lot of it is on the administrative side of it, but we can't do this
Without it,
you
I
know,
mean, you have to
without
have it.
having it right.
Gotta
And
have
we
manpower.
work so many hours.
Right.
There are 3 of us that are full time, and we just hired 3 part-time people because we lost another one of our long-term staff that had been with us. COVID's really done a number, on a lot of people.
Sure.
And a lot of people, mental health-wise, we're making a lot of changes in our lives. But the animals haven't slowed down. In fact,
have not.
we have gotten more animals since COVID's happened because people are outside, they're paying more attention. There's just a lot more going on. But with the development and everything else too, the animals have less places to go, so
Right.
they're frequenting populated areas and
Wow.
crossing the roads. And
Do you guys have deals with Orange and Osceola County schools to provide that outward mission of teaching kids about animals through the program? Do you guys? I mean, is that you guys work hand in hand with the counties for that?
Well, we do go into the schools when requested, but we do have a fee, that goes
Right,
along
yeah,
with
that's
that. But we do encourage them actually to come to the refuge because it's so much bigger. There's so much more to see. Right now,
great
we
field
still
trip.
have the picnic area, but the property that we sit on actually butts up to Split Oak Preserve, which is 1,700 acres of hiking trails, and Moss Park is on the backside of that.
Right, yeah.
So all of the property is connected, so it's contiguous property, and it's all considered to be part of the wildlife corridor. So it's part of the county's green place property, so you never know what you're going to see out there.
Wow.
You could be walking and all of a sudden a herd of deer crosses the road in front of you.
Yeah.
I just don't know what you're going to see.
That's awesome.
And we have eagles that consistently nest on site, which
Yeah.
is just phenomenal to be able to watch that and to watch them, have the babies and raise them.
Sure,
and
yeah.
it just is just amazing, the opportunities.
Debbie Helsel's with us, back to Nature Wildlife Refuge. You can find them out in the Lake Nona area, and you can visit. You can actually visit the website, make plans to go out there and kind of see what it's all about. Ross, question?
Absolutely. And so we all know that opossums have prehensile tails. What is a prehensile tail?
Yeah,
Well,
because we all know that.
Yep. They can curl their tail. They use it actually for balance and for climbing. But if you'll notice, even though, well, for those of you that are on the radio, you're not able to see it.
Yeah,
but
but
if
you can
you're,
see the
if
stream.
you can see it on the stream, you can see that even just a small kid like Nikki, they can't support that body weight. So a lot of times when you see photographs of them hanging from trees and things like that, a lot of those are probably set up photos, because you don't walk through the woods and see them hanging upside down.
Like a Disney
it just,
movie?
It just doesn't happen. So, but they do use them for climbing and balance. So their tails are super important,
Yeah.
for them.
And we were talking a little bit before the show. Chase is enamored with this thing, by the way.
Yeah. He's so amazing.
That's one of my
He's so amazing.
One of my least favorite animals is possums, just because of how they look. I just
Come
can't.
on,
I
look
can't
at
make
that
a
face.
connection
How
with
could
them.
you not love that?
But they're very important in our world as well because Chase reminded me these things eat a lot of ticks.
They do. Lots of ticks, lots of bugs. They're an omnivore. So they eat a little bit of everything and anything, but they also are part of the environmental cleanup crew. So they eat the dead stuff. They eat all kinds of things. So they're super important because they do their part. Unfortunately, they only have a lifespan of about 1.5 years in the wild.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Is that by old age?
Well, yeah, that's old age for a possum. I'm not quite sure why they only have that short of a lifespan, but in the wild, there's just so many more reasons for them.
They're the running back of the forest.
Yeah, well, that explains the 13-day gestation period, really, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They have large litters, but the population stays large but small at the same time. I guess you could say it's not something that's going to live 100 years like a tortoise could.
I live out in the middle of the woods, and the only skeleton I've ever found on my property is a possum skeleton.
Really?
Where they just died. I mean, was walking and then just
right.
died.
Yeah, they get old, and we can tell when they come in that they're kind of at the end of their lifespan, and sometimes they just need that extra week or a couple of days or whatever, and sometimes we just let them finish living out their time. And but right now Nikki's our only ambassador opossum that we have, and the reason that he's staying on as an ambassador is because he's not growing.
He's tiny for being 6 months old. I mean, the thing should be like 5 times that big.
He definitely should be a lot bigger than he is, but he would never survive if he was in the wild. We have to provide his food, but even if I can get him to open his mouth, you can see that he's got teeny weeny teeth.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
His teeth should be a ton bigger than what they are. So he'd never be able to not only find his food, but he'd never really be able to eat much of anything. And they got 50 choppers in there. They got 50 teeth, so it's more than any mammal in North America.
Debbie,
they're so cool.
If you would Nikki be still enough if you put him on Jimmy's head for us to get a picture?
Nope.
Come on,
guys, I don't like those things.
Maybe a shoulder.
I mean, it might be a roach to me. I just do not care for them.
Why are you so scared?
I'm not scared of it. I don't like it. I just don't like the way they look.
No, they're so amazing. I think they're one of the greatest animals and the most misunderstood on this planet.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm just dumb.
He's a possumist.
Yeah.
All right, well, real quick, tell everybody how to get out to the refuge, how they can find it, how they can make a visit.
Yeah. Well, we're located at 10525 Clap Sims Duda Road. There's big brown informational signs that the county put up, and it's by Narcoossee and Boggy Creek.
Yep.
And they can catch the website at www.btnwildlife.org. And they'll also find out, about our Sleuth Mystery Dinner Show fundraiser that's coming up in September. So the tickets just went on sale for that. So that's a load of fun. So we're looking for sponsors and, of course, selling the tickets so they can do that. And they can also sign up for our email newsletter if they text Back to Nature to 22828. And then they'll get our email newsletter, and we send it out about once a month, kind of telling them about upcoming events and things like that. So,
btnwildlife.org. I'm sure we'll have all the information you need right there on the website. Thanks for coming by. It's always good seeing you.
No, thank you guys so much for having me. It's nice to get out.
Give it up for Debbie Helsel there.
Hey, guys.
Jim's scared.
407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, guys.
It's another winning Wednesday on our Instagram page. At Real Radio 1041. The clock is running. Today you can win a pair of tickets to see Roger Waters' This Is Not a Drill Tour at Amway Center. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash? Contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Well, all lanes are open northbound on the turnpike, but we're looking at bumper-to-bumper traffic between State Road 50 and Mineola. Also watch for a disabled vehicle taking up the right lane in the southbound direction through this stretch. Eastbound I-4 bumper-to-bumper between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. We're seeing westbound delays too near Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa Hoagie Fest. It's Hoagie Fest. Today's the day. Follow your taste buds. They'll show you the way. Hoagie Fest is back. $5 shorties and $6 classics. Only at Wawa Hoagie Fest.
Summertime is a great time for a beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence. Custom, one-of-a-kind designs. If you can dream it, the team at Mossy Oak Fence can build it. Their skilled craftsmen are innovators, using only the very best materials. Mossy Oak Fence sets the standard when it comes to quality, and that quality is backed up by the best warranty in the business. The experts over at Mossy are fence freaks on your quality and certainly for your satisfaction as well. Just visit mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
iHeartRadio, let's go! A weekend full of superstar performances, never seen before collaboration, and once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday the 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure what to do, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
It's a can't miss summer on today. This week, we'll help you plan your summer getaway. Plus, the star of Minions, Steve Carell. And Keith Urban kicks off your weekend. Watch the Today Show every morning on NBC.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and this is my client, Raphael.
I had unexpected slip and fall. You were the only guys that were willing to take it. The insurance company offered me a low ball amount. I was able to secure over 10 times that amount. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number one mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
It's official. Tijuana Flats now has carnitas.
Whoa.
Yes! We're turning up the Tex-Mex flavors full blast with our new cranked up carnitas. Try our new Queso Blanco Carnitas Chimichanga, the Chipotle Barbecue Pork Tacos topped with bacon and barbecue sauce, and the Spicy Habanero Carnitas Burrito. And try our new Dueling Queso Appetizer featuring new Queso Blanco. Order carnitas now at TijuanaFlats.com.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeartRadio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
Listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Jimmy and the crew. What's up, guys? Hey, happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Hey, say a prayer out here for all of us pool guys. You know, we bust our butts. I don't like working this late, but you know, it is what it is. You know, the pools need to look all crystal, yes, sparkle, shiny, all that stuff.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, say a prayer for us because we are sweating.
Yeah, but it's brutal.
Anyways, have a good one.
Yes, sir. Had some plumbers at my house this morning working outside on our housing project there, and they did not look happy. All you pool guys, everybody that works outside. Man, oh man. We got much respect for you. That's for damn sure here. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is here. Ross is here.
Yeah.
And Chase Padgett drops by today to hang out while Deb is still making herself better.
Hello.
I shouldn't say making herself better. She's getting better. Yeah, she's getting better.
She's going back to school.
Yeah. She's pursuing other dreams.
Yeah, exactly. She's finally taking that hair class. 407-916-1041. I read a really interesting story today. I want to bring this up because I know we have, top of the hour, we have our buddy Craig LaFleur from Pyrospot Fireworks, and of course in the 5 o'clock hour, also Scott Maxwell. Do you have your own covers on your bed?
Like sheets?
Yeah, no. Your own covers. Like if you have like a significant other and you sleep in bed with a partner, do you have your own covers or do you use the same covers?
Same covers.
You use the same covers?
Yeah.
Are you a same cover person, Jack?
Currently.
You are currently a same cover person.
It has gone back and forth.
Okay, gone back and forth to what? That's a very important statement you're about to make. Choose your words wisely.
Okay, so there's the flat sheet, which I am now a fan of. Which I thought was this biggest waste of material growing up, and now I realize, it
You're a
makes
caveman.
everything better.
Right, yeah.
Right. But the blanket on top of that, sometimes we would kind of pull and tug and fight over that.
A little tussle there.
Then she would have a separate top blanket, and I would have one, and that way she can regulate her, cooling a little easier.
But you still have you still have the sheet.
Yeah.
Right, but you now
on top
have
of that,
two different blankets, which still allows for the fight though, because the bottom sheet still binds you together.
It does.
Okay, Ross, are you a separate covers person, or do you share covers with your fiance?
I don't know anybody who's a separate cover guy. Of course I'm a same sheet dude. Are you about to unveil something? Is your marriage okay?
My marriage is just fine.
Well, if you guys are different sheeting.
No, it's not different sheet. I said
Are you
different
cheating
covers.
on each other?
Different covers. Let me give you an example of how important this question is. How much sleep do you think you lose because you sleep and use the same covers, and because you get into cover battles with your significant other,
cover battles.
whether by snatching it or them being snatched from you? How much sleep do you think that costs you every night? This is a brand new study, just came out. Proven fact that this has been a lifelong marriage or staying with somebody.
45 minutes.
It depends. It depends on how different the sleep temperature is between the two people.
See, but that's regulated by the covers and how you choose to use them.
Sure.
Because you could have covers of your own and choose not to use them at all. You're going to be obviously cooler than the person covered up right next to you.
Also depends on the size of the human.
Maybe.
Sure.
Are you
also the size differential between the two?
Yeah.
Are you a covers hog?
I don't think I am.
Are you a snatcher?
I've been known to snatch.
You a snatcher? Are you a cover snatcher? Or is your fiance a cover snatcher?
Okay, let's easy with these jabs.
I'm not jabbing. I'm asking a question. Are you a snatcher?
I don't think I snatch.
You don't think you snatch?
I don't
Jack,
think no.
Are you a snatcher?
I do not.
You do not snatch.
I'm not a snatcher.
You get snatched from. Are you a snatch victim?
I'd have to say, honestly, I am not.
You're not a snatch victim?
It occasionally happens, and usually it's just because someone rolled over onto the...
Chase, you a snatcher? Or are you a snatch victim?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, man. If I had to make... I think it's kind of 50-50. Of anything, I would say I'm probably a snatcher.
You're a snatcher. You take the covers.
Yes, just because my most recent sleep partner just slept way hotter than me.
Gotcha. How much quality sleep do you think it costs you when you are with a covers hog in your bed?
Per night?
Yes.
Hour.
It's a percentage.
Percentage.
It's a percentage of your total sleep.
Okay, I'll go 15%.
15%. Ross, what
That's
say
low.
you?
Go higher.
I'm not.
Go higher. I dare
can't.
you.
It's 14.
14%. He goes down.
That was a dumb move.
I'm going to go to 20.
There you go.
Ding for Chase, it's 30%.
There you go, Chase.
30% of your total sleep cycle
Not Ross.
can be interrupted because you are in a battle for your covers. I will tell you, I know for a fact I've seen battles like this end relationships.
Really?
Like end relationships where people fought over the covers I say ended their relationship sleeping together. They started sleeping in separate bedrooms. It's called a sleep divorce.
Wow.
Where you choose another room, and by the way, that's a thing now.
Sleep divorce.
Sleep divorce is where it's not, the word divorce is almost kind of misleading because it's like you're apart, but
Yeah, it's
really
pretty
you're just-
triggering.
It's more of a conscious uncoupling.
Yeah, you're just sleeping in a different room. You spend all the time together, but when it comes to bedtime, you go to separate rooms. Now, my wife and I did this recently because when I had COVID, she slept in the other room upstairs away from me just to avoid trying to get it, which, of course, I really chased her down and gave it to her, though. But she
what a gross sentence.
But I hated it because I didn't like we don't fight over the covers. Like, we don't really have that issue. We actually are pretty good cover couple.
Okay.
But the cover snatchers in the story I read today with this are really put up there to be bad people.
Yeah, when I had COVID, same thing. I'm in a different bedroom and whatnot. And towards the end, I was feeling better. I was feeling good. Probably would test negative. Stayed like another 2-3 days in that room.
Sorry, babe. Gotta keep doing Uber Eats.
Just to be sure.
Yo, I straight fake coughed a couple times on that last
wow, man.
40 hours. I was just like, yo, I forgot how nice it is to sleep in the center of the bed.
Well, that means so your fiance is difficult to sleep with?
No, it's just...
You're saying you were choosing not to sleep with her. You lied to her so you didn't have to sleep with her, though.
What I'm saying is that sleeping next to her is a B+.
A B+?
Yeah.
No, you can't be saying stuff like that before the wedding.
Cannot be saying stuff like that, buddy.
I think only because he's never seen one on his report card. I think he thinks that's a compliment.
B+ is good.
B+ is not good, buddy. That's your life partner.
But sleeping in the bed solo, I mean, you're acing it.
Solo
Oh, yeah,
you don't miss a single.
You're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well, what to find out?
It's obviously better to sleep. It has to be.
People are like, it's nothing to do with sex. It's just sleep. I'm like, yeah, but I mean,
What's really weird though is that I bet you the sleep divorce couples, they hook up, they have a romantic steamy night, and then they go, see you later.
Yeah. I'm out of here. I'm going back to my place, like Jay said.
Bye.
And by my place, the end of the hall.
Yeah. But I think I might be pretty bad to sleep next to. I sleep hot. I have looked at our sheets and been like, oh my God, her side of the bed, pristine, perfect. Mine has a yellow tinge.
I would like to weigh in on this as someone who is currently living in the same house, just on the other side in the grandma suite in the back.
Sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah, I sleep at the foot of the bed with Hazel. So
curled up tight.
Olivia is industrious. She gets up every morning, and she and I kind of naturally get up around the same time, make coffee, we'll catch up, whatever. Ross does not wake up till about hard 11.
Whoa,
11, 15.
That's not what he's telling us lately.
There's plenty of time that both Olivia and I are like down the hall, just looking at him like, when is he gonna move his body? And I got to be honest, just judging what I have seen in the completely open door. It's totally open at the end of the hallway. Ross asleep, the sunshine glistening on his face. Yeah, dog
like a Twilight vampire.
Yeah. I think you're hard to sleep with, man. Just judging from what I could see at the end of the hallway when the door is open, you're eating up a lot of real estate, and
you're lanky and long. And don't you have what size bed do you have?
I don't know.
Do you have a queen size bed or like a double?
I think it's queen.
Yeah, that's tough to sleep in when you're a big person to sleep in a queen size bed with somebody.
I have to be a bad person to sleep next to because I always fall asleep hugging the left side of the bed. I wake up in the center of it.
See, that's not how I sleep within 2 inches of that left side. I want my arm to feel that edge of the bed to kind of let me know where I am.
Yeah, you like the rush.
I don't want to.
It's like a curb feeler.
I don't want to get over there because I toss and turn sometimes and I flail. So I have hit my wife in the head during the middle of the night a number of times because when I flop around to get comfortable,
what you told the cops.
I flail.
Does that hold up in court?
Yeah, it did. It has a couple times. Thank God. Good attorney.
She walks out with a bruised eye, and I know all I did was sleep next to Jim.
I knew a couple people back in the day that they have their bed, they had their fitted sheet, and then they had 2 sleeping bags.
That's a little
And
weird.
they would sleep in a sleeping bag on their bed as couples.
Because
like
they were waiting for the asteroid to come so they could go to their spaceship.
Yeah, all matching Nikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cover hog thing is a big deal, though, and I know a lot of people deal with that, man. People stealing their covers, making their sleep uncomfortable.
I'm gonna text Olivia right now and ask her if I'm a cover hog.
I think my wife and I have really good bed etiquette. I think we really do.
It's important.
It is important.
It's a third of your life next to a person.
It is a third of your life in bed next to a person. It's where you rejuvenate yourself.
Yeah,
it's very important.
It's where you snore.
I have a mouthpiece. I don't do that anymore.
Do you?
Oh, God almighty.
You still wearing it?
Have to.
All right.
Can I tell you, when I had COVID, I was like, well, my wife is not in here. I'm not going to sleep with it. The worst sleep ever not having that thing in.
It's so important. That's why people have CPAP machines. That's why our mom has a CPAP machine.
Your mother has a CPAP machine.
She stayed with us for the last week because of, dude, I knocked on the door, hey, Mom, because she was staying in my room because I wanted her to have like a spacious place in the
very
house.
nice of you.
And I was like, hey, Mom, I'm just going to grab my toothbrush. And she, instead of being like, what? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah, come on in. I would open the door. Hey, Mom, can I get she'd take the mask off. Yeah, what are you...
An airlock?
Yeah, dude, it was like an airlock, an alien. Yeah, it was just like hoses at a dealership.
Like they took off the Predator's mask?
Exactly. It's like,
yeah, that four-way mouth?
Yeah. Oh, God. My mom's sleep, when I took care of her for 2 months, and it was the same sort of deal. Like, there were times she's not doing great health-wise, and I'm making sure she's okay and getting her physical therapy. And there were times in the middle of the night I would just check in, and I wouldn't hear anything.
Oh, man.
And I'd lean my ear against the door, and I knew she was alive because I didn't hear. If it was on her face, then it didn't make a sound.
I couldn't do the CPAP thing because I just don't know if my sex life could survive it. I don't know how people do that when you look over and your fine-ass wife looks over and there you are hooked up to it. You look like an electronic elephant.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in that. I'm like, I'll just take the mouthpiece and we'll snore a little bit and die a little earlier.
It looks like you've got the least coolest part about flying an F-16.
Yeah. That's what Mom did. Mom made that joke.
She did.
Yeah,
this is my Top Gun mask.
Yeah. Call me
did say that.
Maverick, Iceman, Bagman, Hangman.
You got it, Goose.
You got it, Sleep Mav.
Yeah. But she's the sleep mask is definitely. I'm like really paranoid if I'm a bad sleeper, bad sleepette.
Did you put a call in?
I texted her.
You know what? I will take ownership. There's a thing that I do have that isn't a CPAP. It's not a sleep mask or like a mouth guard.
Yes!
I will
share this.
Okay. So I'm very light sensitive in the morning, and if I want to actually get a decent night's sleep, and I don't want to sleep past like 6 in the morning, I wear a mask on my eyes.
You wear a mask like a
sleep mask on your eyes.
Okay,
you know, like a princess.
So here's the thing, though. I don't like when the fabric has pressure on my eyelids, so I get the deluxe kind that has like
a princess
a
thing.
Concave thing. So there's like 2 orbs over.
Like a fly?
Like a fly. Well, it's like my face is wearing a bra.
Yeah,
That's really what it's like.
Okay.
I sleep so good, and I look like I will never get laid again.
Right.
And there's a decent chance that might happen. I will own up to that. I can't bag on other people for not looking cool when they sleep.
We had to put in blackout blinds because we have a big bay window in our bedroom, and that thing is like the sun is in our room at 7:01. The entire room, you could do surgery in there at 7:01. It is bright. We had to put out blackout blinds because there's just no way you could stay asleep in there. In the summertime now, it gets light at 6:06.
That's one of the best parts about staying at a hotel when they got those blackout blinds and you're not paying for the AC. You're like 62, baby.
My wife and I will drive across the other side of town and just stay in a hotel room because of that sometimes.
Oh yeah,
because it's weird that you get that crazy good sleep in hotel rooms occasionally.
Time travel.
Oh yeah,
that is absolutely true. All the touring that I've done and. Man, there have been so many times I've been like, thank you, Best Western. Thank you so much. You 3-star goddess.
Somebody saying here that Cover Hog ended his relationship and his wife was pregnant at the time.
I'm sorry, wait.
And then get over yourself.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
That feels like that's a misdirection of a problem.
That sounds like gaslighting. It wasn't me.
She obviously
was a
had more
cover hog.
She had more to cover.
Yeah, good point. A lot of surface area.
You know what? She's got her story about how I spent our kids' tuition in Vegas. And I am not faithful, whatever. Let me tell you something. She keeps stealing the bamboo sheets I spent a lot of our gambling winnings on.
We just got a bamboo blanket. Oh, that thing's great.
It's great. I just got bamboo sheets myself.
I hear they're unbelievable. We don't have the sheets yet, but we have this blanket we were gifted because I'd never spend that much money on a blanket.
And then my mom slept on those sheets. And her arms just bled all over them.
That's true. I bought brand new sheets. And I was like, you know what? I just moved back to town. I'm staying in this guest room right now before I hit the road again for several months. But I want to just have a nice, luxurious sheets experience. I did research. I spent $100 on sheets. Not cheap sheets. They're glorious. I didn't even sleep on them. I put them on just for Mom to sleep on. And then...
Now it looks like a blood Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. Jesus. One of the dogs bit my mom's ankle, and she's like, oh, that hurt. I'm going to go take a nap.
Oh, these sheets aren't expensive.
Yeah. And then apparently my mom was like, hey, so I just need to tell you something. I bled all over your sheets. And I was like, I thought we were past that. No, the dog bit my ankle, and I told Olivia, and we got peroxide out. So we used the whole bottle of peroxide, and I was like, okay. And now it doesn't look like a murder scene. It just looks like an 8-year-old spilled some Coke on my brand new sheets.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and we are looking ahead to this 4th of July weekend, and the rainy season is here. So we're going to have nature's fireworks booming loud for the last couple of days here in June, and looking ahead to this first weekend in July, a good chance for some rain as well. Tonight down to 74, rain ending early. Tomorrow morning, a couple of downpours possible at the coast, the high 91, a 60% chance, likely storms rolling inland during the afternoon, and a 70% chance Friday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Dell Technologies and Windows 11 provide innovators with the tools to succeed. To do more with the Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for Business. For advice and expertise, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
You know, do-it-yourself alarm systems appear to be the solution for home security. Problem is, they're cheap and simple to install, and that is the problem. Cheaply made, simple to bypass, so much so that there's systems out there that won't even put their signs up because the crooks already know how to get around them. And the do-it-yourself cameras are just as bad. You get that video, it looks great coming right to your phone, but it's not calling the cops or the fire department when you need them. It's not a security system. That's where SafeTouch comes in with 5 layers of protection. First is the SafeTouch sign, letting crooks know to stay away from the SafeTouch house. Second is the SafeTouch cameras using analytic technology which identifies boundaries and humans, alerting the bad guys are on camera and being identified. Then the homeowner actually gets a direct video feed to the happenings. The early entry alerts notify Central Station before the bad guys even get in. They call it their always on feature. Two-way communicator gives verified responses immediately, and that is so unbelievably important. That means there's no pause in time to get you the emergency authorities you need. Plus the monitoring center right here in Central Florida. Just call 888-723-8682. Get that free demonstration of the newest 5-star system from safetouch.com. State license EF233.
This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Live your 4th of July with Sky King Fireworks. Sky
Sky King Fireworks in Cocoa on 520 and in Melbourne on 192 has buy one, get one on all fireworks with the largest selection of buy one, get two. Sky King Fireworks has the largest selection of the loudest, biggest, brightest, and safest fireworks with a no-dud guarantee. Sky King Fireworks has buy one, get one on all fireworks in the store and the largest selection of buy one, get twos. Nobody beats the king. For easy directions, visit skykingfireworks.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. We're getting the best quality for our July 4th cookout. Right now, Baby Back and St. Louis Ridge are just $2.99 a pound. That's better than BOGO. Whoa, and all my cookout fixings are on sale too. Large seedless watermelons are just $3.99. And select bakery pies are just $2.99. Woo! Saving my entire July 4th cookout while earning rewards with the app. Winn-Dixie, it's a win-win. Price valid for July 5th at Winn-Dixie Rewards. Limits apply. See store for details.
Sell your used or junk car today. 800-962 Cars. It's the quick and easy way. 800-962 Cars. You will get top dollar pay. 800-962 Cars. So sell your vehicle today. 800-962 Cars. If it doesn't run, we'll pick it up. 800-962 Cars. 962 Cars.
So, as you graduate and head out into the world, there's only one thing that you need to know. Hi, this is Jamie from Progressive. Yeah, I can talk now. Progressive protects you 24/7. So, tell me what happened. Oh, I'm sorry, Gene. Can you give me 1 second? Brush at for every meal. Congratulations and thank you. Sorry about that. I'm back. So tell me about this fender bender.
Contact us 24/7 on the phone, online, or on the mobile app. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Stop.
Four 407-916-1041, your keyword, which is good for about another, about another 8 minutes or so, is green, Green. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. We'll have another word for you, the last of the day, at the top of the hour. Of course, Craig LaFleur joins us from Pyrospot Fireworks to talk about what he's got going over there at his place and some fireworks safety tips as well. Also, in the 5 o'clock hour, our buddy Scott Maxwell joins us as well. Welcome back. I'm Jim, Jack Ross, and our buddy Chase Padgett dropping by today.
Hey.
Deb is still on the mend. Hopefully, she'll get better and maybe be able to join us tomorrow. If not, we'll just see her next week. She needs that rest, man. That's so vital when you're coming back from that thing. You got to chill out because you feel good, and the natural urge is to get out there and get at it. But your body just isn't ready to do that yet. You really got to give it that rest to get back to 100%.
I made that mistake a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had it for a third round, and I was like, I'm feeling good today. I'm gonna really walk around Lake Underhill.
Yeah.
In the direct sunlight.
Yeah, that's common, man. That's because you've been pent up. You've been locked up for 3 or 4 days. You're ready to get out. You feel great. And you don't realize your body's probably running on about 60%, you know?
People do it with antibiotics. They do it with a sickness like that. They do it with mental health medication. They do it with therapy.
Yep, absolutely.
They start to feel better and figure, oh, I don't need this anymore.
Right,
Where maybe you'll need it a little longer.
Absolutely. You guys heard this morning, I guess, Travis Barker from Blink-182?
Yeah.
And famously married to, is it Khloe Kardashian?
I believe so.
One of those. Is it not Khloe?
I don't think it's
Kendall.
Khloe.
It's a Kardashian.
Yeah, a Kardashian.
Yeah, so goodbye career.
Went to the hospital today. Yeah, right. And or last night, I believe, or this morning, went to the hospital, and it was like a big thing. I heard it when I was coming in today, talking about the News Junkie. They were talking about his kids had sent out a tweet saying that he'd gone to the hospital, prayers for him or whatever. And I mean, Travis Barker and them, I don't really, but he's going in for pancreatitis. You ever heard of that?
No.
I guess he had just had some kind of colon surgery or colon type thing or whatever, maybe some kind of a test or whatever. And then after the fact, he had pancreatitis, which is supposed to be awful. I don't know anybody that's ever had it. I think my wife said that she dealt with it some when she was pregnant with her first with our son.
Like an infection of the pancreas?
Yeah, not yet. I guess it is. I don't know, but I don't. They said it's just awful. I never knew anybody that had it other than I think she dealt with it some. And it's supposed to be pretty bad. Guy I used to play golf with, I guess, a little bit had to deal with it before and said it was pretty painful.
It was Kourtney Kardashian.
It's Kourtney, yeah.
Inflammation of the pancreas, redness and swelling. When digestive juices or enzymes attack the pancreas.
Nice.
He's a hell of a drummer.
Is he really? I don't know anything about him.
He's really good. So he not only played for Blink-182, but he's done a lot of session work for folks and sat in with a lot of other bands. He was basically 170 of Blink's 182. He's really good. I remember seeing a backstage interview with Blink-182 back in the day. And, the bass player and the guitar player are like, yeah, we just getting kind of banged up before a show. We're just and he's on a drum pad in the back doing paradiddles, really dedicated to his musicianship.
Yeah. He, it's weird because that era of music didn't really get a lot of applause from people looking for high-level musicians. In other words, you didn't hear about a guitar hero coming out of Race Car Driver or out of any of those pop punk bands, whether it be Blink or what were the other ones that came up in that same era?
41 actually had a dual guitar lead sound that was really good, actually.
It was, but they only had four. There were 4 members in that band. Because the guitar player Derek Whipley and the main guitar player, they played some harmonic leads together.
And when they first hit the mainstream success, it was definitely poppy, punky. But then if you listen to their albums after that success, it was pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, they had he was an alcoholic. That's what drove that band crazy. Is the lead singer was a complete destructive alcoholic. That's what caused him his relationship with Avril Lavigne. He was with her for a while. Yeah.
I think the album's name is Chuck.
Chuck?
Yeah, and man, I still listen to that. Love it.
But there aren't many heroes of music that came out of that era. And you go back into the era in the 80s and 90s, and you can say, well, legitimately, some very talented people. I'll give you a good example. One of my favorite bands, Tool, the drummer there, Danny Carey, is known as one of the greatest drummers of all time. But you don't really, and I just heard that about Travis Barker from you. I didn't know how good or not good he was. I've not heard him mentioned in the lexicon of the greatest drummers of all time.
Yeah.
And I think that those bands didn't really produce kind of musicians of that nature.
No, it was kind of packaged in a way that it didn't need to be stellar or challenging.
Green Day doesn't have nobody in Green Day, nobody thinks that any of those guys are great players. They just wrote very interesting little pop punk songs.
Absolutely. Then you listen to American Idiot, that album.
Yeah, no, it's good. There's no question. But what I'm saying is nobody went, oh my God, Billy Joe can really play.
Absolutely not.
That drum lick. Did you hear that from Green Day?
Meanwhile,
they're not doing that.
People listen to Snarky Puppy now. They're like, these guys are pretty good. Actually, these guys are maestros at their craft.
It's funny because the newer level of bands, and I think it went on even through, those kind of bands like like Death Cab for Cutie and bands like that kind of weird, they're rock bands, but they're more kind of alternative rock, but even almost like yacht alternative rock.
Sure. A lot of the band, whenever I hear people like, God, there's no musicianship these days, I don't think that's true. I think you have to go a little bit out of your way to find it, but man, it is there.
But you got to remember, I think musicianship is what people are looking for, is like your Eddie Van Halen, your Joe Satriani, like your guitar virtuosos or your drum virtuosos. And I just don't think music's built like that. Like, you can't tell me Coldplay aren't great musicians, but they don't play music like that. There's no star of the band when it comes to the music of the band. Nobody's going to step out front and have a keyboard solo in Coldplay.
True. It just depends on the scope or kind of artistic goal of whatever you're trying to find or listen to. You ever listen to, I mentioned it before, Snarky Puppy?
No, I've never even heard of them.
Bruh.
Really?
Go look up. I just bruhed you. Snarky Puppy is a group of musicians that all formed while they were getting a jazz degree from, I think, UT Austin.
Yeah.
And
sounds like Steely Dan, kind of like everybody there is
everyone's a monster.
Yeah, right.
And their lead guitar player, for years, a guy named Mark Lettieri, is so good he has his own PRS now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he's incredible.
407-916, Paul Reed Smith guitar, by the way, for people. 407-916-1041. Let's take a little break. Craig LaFleur joins us from Pyro Spot Fireworks right after this.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Well, we're just hearing about an accident heading eastbound on the I-4 express lanes between the Anderson Street entrance and Colonial Drive. It's taken up the right lane. Avoid this stretch. It's heavy, too, between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound I-4 is also a stop-and-go ride between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Celebrate great sleep at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Stop in today and shop Tempur-Pedic to save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses. Plus, you'll get a $300 instant gift good towards sleep accessories.
Time is running out on the hottest finance offer of the year at IDC. Now through June 30th, you can get 5 years zero-interest financing on practically anything and everything. A $10,000 handcrafted Toke ring comes to around $167 a month. So you can splurge and go big. Think about it. You pay nothing. Zero, nada in interest for 5 whole years. Wedding bands for just $40 a month. Stud earrings just $30 a month. Don't miss this amazing offer. But hurry, it ends June 30th at International Diamond Center.
Interest rates may be rising elsewhere, but not at International Diamond Center. Now through June 30th, you can get zero interest for 5 whole years. That's right. You buy now and spread your payments out over 5 years without a dime in interest. Only IDC can make an offer like this on rings, earrings, pendants, bands, designer jewelry, even GIA certified diamonds. Just one tiny catch. This is a limited time offer and it absolutely ends June 30th. 5 years, zero interest financing with nothing down at International Diamond Center.
Tampa, Clearwater, and Lakeland on approved credit.
Celebrate the red, white, and you, and find our lowest prices of the season during the Cons Home Plus 4th of July sale. Save up to 35% on Hot Buy appliances and get free next day delivery on major appliances. That means from our floor to yours in one day. Plus, find hundreds of available items in stock. Why wait to create the home you love? Shop the Cons Home Plus 4th of July sale. In store or online today.
O'Reilly. This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Last year, over 2 million people called us in their time of need. When life changes, clients choose us. When results matter, clients choose us. When the stakes are high with just one shot, clients choose us. From coast to coast, morning, nights, anytime, any day, clients just like you choose Morgan & Morgan. So after an injury, who would you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
PyroSpot Fireworks is your local source for the best specials with Florida's largest selection of buy one, get two free fireworks. Let the experts at PyroSpot make you a backyard hero and help design your perfect show. Use their touchscreens and view video products before you buy. With convenient locations in Longwood and Eustis, firework demand is at an all-time high. So shop early for the best selection and opening week specials. Better fireworks, better prices, and a no-dud guarantee. Visit PyroSpot online for more information at iwantfireworks.com.
An official message from Medicare. Did you know Medicare.gov/care has information about healthcare providers in your area? At Medicare.gov/care, you can find and compare hospitals, doctors, nursing homes, and more. See detailed information on quality of care and how patients rate their experience. Visit Medicare.gov/care today. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
All smashed up, don't know what to do. Just call Mo so you won't be singing the blues. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Let our team member Anna tell you why.
People always say Culver's food tastes homemade, but that's also because our menu is basically homegrown. Cooked to order butter burgers and rich, creamy, fresh frozen custard, two of Wisconsin's favorite traditions. Same goes for our perfectly melty cheese curds and Culver's new Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger.
It's delicious.
Available for a limited time. I mean, could it get more Wisconsin-y than all that?
Stop in and let's make our traditions your tradition. Welcome to Delicious.
At Global Industrial, we make your business our business. We're problem solvers, budget savers, and deadline beaters. So, no matter what you want or where you need it, we have it in stock and ready to ship from our national distribution network. Global Industrial Network supplies businesses and industries in Florida with every product they need to keep their facilities running smoothly and efficiently. Visit globalindustrial.com/Florida to set up a meeting with your local rep today. Global Industrial, we can supply that.
$500 in free gas or diesel fuel with any purchase. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Celebrate our nation's birthday by blowing stuff up. We're talking fireworks, people, but that's only half the plan. You also need a proper soundtrack. So listen to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan from 7 to 9 p.m. on the 4th of July for your fireworks music soundtrack. Need fireworks? Go to iwantfireworks.com for the location of the nearest PyroSpot fireworks. And happy 4th of July, America. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. P-A-Y. Pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I learned from an upholsterer at Sea Ray Boats years ago that your own spit neutralizes your own blood. So if you ever bleed on your clothes, you can use your own spit, if it's a small spot, to get rid of the blood spot.
Unbelievable.
I guess your mom's going to have to spit a lot.
Unbelievable. I'll restate that. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Your 5 o'clock keyword is pay, P-A-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Again, 5 o'clock keywords pay. Good luck. We would love to see you win that money. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack. Hey there. Ross is here.
It's all true.
Chase Padgett joins us.
Yo!
And, of course, our good friend every single year around this time, we invite our good buddy from PyroSpot Fireworks, Mr. Craig LaFleur.
Hello. How are you today?
Yeah. What's up, Killer? How you doing?
Oh, good.
Hot, tired,
how's things looking?
sweaty.
How things looking for the season killer?
Hot, tired, sweaty. No, it's going well. So it's 4th of July on a Monday this year. So crazy year. Like we're busy as heck Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's the only year where we're actually busier on the 3rd than the 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. The first question I was going to ask you is, you and I have talked for many, many years. I said yesterday that I ran one of your tents back in the day. Still, my wife and I were talking about it this morning over lunch. And it's still one of the best experiences we had as a family. I will never forget it. I will owe you forever for that experience. It was great. Made a little cash. It was great. But with that said, we always wondered what the best day for it to fall on would be. I always thought it was like Saturday when we talk, but I don't really know.
Yeah, so the weekend, of course, always primo, but Monday is generally the best day because it's almost like getting a bonus day of sales.
Really?
Because you're busy. So many people throw parties on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday that, it's almost like a bonus day in the fireworks
Wow, that's
business,
wild. So it actually isn't a bad day for it to be on a Monday.
No, not at all.
Wow, I'll be damned. Now, I know that this year we've heard some people like, well, the deals aren't the same anymore. Things are tighter because of COVID. We know for a fact, for my relationship with you, it's been now, 10, 15 years or so, that, getting product from China has always been, one of those coin flip things, get it on time because it takes time to get it done in the factory, get it in time. And shipping is such a nightmare right now to begin with. Or were you guys able to really get some good stock?
Yeah, so I started buying heavy in 2020, actually not anticipating what was coming up, but I had wanted to open additional locations. So I started overbuying, planning to open new locations in 2020, 2021, and we did not in 2020 or 2021. So thankfully I was sitting on a lot of stock whenever a lot of places did not have fireworks. Now, I've continued to overbuy. So, and we literally have shipping. I unloaded pallets today.
Wow, really?
That came in today, which is a pain in the butt because our shelves are already stocked and full and everything. And there's like 3 items that are fantastic, and I have to get them on the shelf. So
right,
now
absolutely.
I got to try and find room for them.
Yeah, I think that Jack, and I think we can all agree that we've thought about intervening with you. We've considered.
But you look like you're having so much fun.
We've considered an intervention, but we didn't think that we would win.
Yeah.
When did this weird fascination with fireworks begin with you?
My father. It's my dad's fault.
Is it?
If you come to the tent in Longwood, you'll see him there helping out. He comes every year in his big RV, and they help out. But when we were kids, there's a little place called Angelo's Fireworks, which was it's actually still in business, run by his daughter,
like at Lake Charles.
Yeah, in Louisiana. And I see her and her management team at one of the firework demos that we go to every year. And I talk to them, and we become good friends. And they know my family because my family and my last name, LaFleur, was we had a skating rink in the little town that we were from, and everybody went to that skating rink. So she, when she was a little girl, skated at skating rink.
I'll be damned.
It's funny. We used to always go to Angelo's Fireworks, and my dad, who loved fireworks as much as I did, wouldn't say no. He would have to hide how much he spent from my mother.
Yeah.
We'd have to make like 2 trips because he couldn't tell mom.
Yeah, I was telling these guys. Oh, go ahead.
So he's the one who fueled my pyromania.
Yeah, unbelievable, man. I was telling these guys yesterday that we see neighborhoods get into battles.
Oh, yeah.
Where they'll come into the tent and they'll buy $1,500 worth of fireworks, and they'll go out, and the next day the adjoining or the neighborhood adjacent to them will come in and say, hey man, those guys over there blew it out last night, we can't go out like that. What did they get? And they'll load me up with more of that.
Yeah. You know what else? On lakes, if you live on a lake, I get people all the time come, I need something that's kind of small because I want to let that off. And then my neighbor is going to try and top me, but then I need the biggest thing you got because I have to be bigger than the guy across the lake.
That's great. Yeah, Ross, question?
Yeah, so I was wondering, I'm assuming that July 4th is your biggest selling. You sell the most fireworks on July 4th, but what is it compared to, let's say, New Year's Eve and other firework-themed, holidays?
So we're only open for 4th of July and for New Year's. New Year's is about 35% of what we do for 4th of July. So much smaller. But on the other hand, it's also much cooler outside,
Yeah,
and you don't sweat and die on the asphalt in a parking lot.
Yeah, and the rain is impossible to explain. When it rains, it gets so miserable because sometimes it floods and blah, 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 and then the humidity sets in. And the good thing about your tents, though, you've been doing this for years, is you bring those big cooling fan systems in, so even inside the tent in the worst possible days, there's always air moving, and it actually is as comfortable as it can be outside.
I was just at Northern Tools earlier this week picking up 2 more 48-inch drum fans.
Yeah.
And those are not cheap.
No, they're
not.
But
boy, they move some air.
Absolutely.
Was there a specific year that sold the most fireworks? Because I'm thinking like 2002, the first July 4th after, 9/11. There has to be like some sort of year and correlation to be like everybody bought fireworks this year.
2020. So after the pandemic started and everybody was in a panic mode, everybody had been at home for like 6 months, 8 months. And couldn't get out. Well, fireworks sales opened up. At first, we didn't even know if they'd let us have the tents, if you'd have to have masks or whatever else. They let us do the tents, and people were dying to get out and do anything. All of the cities canceled their shows, so there were no big firework events to go to, and it was a madhouse. It was such a and of course there was also a problem getting product from China because of COVID and because of everything happening. So by evening on July 3rd, we were about the only location within a 60-mile radius that still had fireworks. And I'm talking the stores, Sky King and Phantom and all the big stores. We were getting phone calls from people, an hour and a half away saying, hey, do you still have fireworks on the shelf? Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
And we ran out of
everything. I remember
70% of what we carried, but we lasted till about 7 p.m. on July 4th, which was better than most.
Yeah.
Like by 9 a.m. on July 4th, we're out of 20% of the stock. But I had so overordered because I try to order for 4th of July and for New Year's. So I had overordered thinking we were going to have another location, which did not happen. But then we blew through everything that 4th of July, sold out wall to wall, so that for New Year's I was screwed. I was buying anything I could get my hands on from anybody in the U.S.
Sure, yeah. Craig LaFleur here with us from Pyro Spot Fireworks. You can find his tents. One up in Eustis, right off of 441 up there in Eustis. And, of course, right here in Central Florida in Longwood, 1792 and 434, right there in the parking lot. You can't miss them. They've been there forever. They're a stalwart here in the area for high-quality fireworks. That's why they say no dud guarantee.
Yeah, and now the third location at the Seminole Town Center in Sanford.
That's right. Incredible.
That's right. In the mall parking lot there facing I-4.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a question. So how much of the fireworks business is determined by the culture and the location that you're in? I ask because I lived in Vancouver, BC for a while, and weirdly, just that town has a huge amount of fireworks that go off for Halloween.
Yeah, it's insane. Florida, people call me year-round to buy fireworks. But I go to a lot of demos where the importers, the wholesalers show off their stuff, and you meet people from across the country. Well, in the northern states, New Year's is like 10% of the business because it's cold.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go out and light fireworks for an hour.
Sure.
Give me 5 minutes, give me 2 cakes, and that's all I'm doing for New Year's.
Yeah, I'm not sitting there firing mortars for 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So, and same thing, someday like Memorial Day in the Midwest is apparently giant. That's a big fireworks time. Whereas in Florida, I get a few calls. And the stores are open, the year-round stores that we have in Florida. And they do some business Memorial Day, but it's not crazy.
Yeah. Wild. Yeah, Jack.
Craig, how long, text in Real Mobile 77031, want to know how long properly stored fireworks will last. So if they buy stuff, they don't fire it off this year, how long is it good for?
You're safe for about 2 years, honestly. And you can store it in your garage in Florida. The biggest risk for fireworks is actually drying out. It's not too much moisture. It's that they get too dry. Thankfully, humidity here in Florida keeps that from happening too quickly.
But people storing in their attics, that's a problem.
Yeah, that could be a problem there.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Don't store it in your attic.
Yeah. You laugh, but there's people right now climbing down from their attic.
Yeah. I know where to hide this.
Yeah. What happens is the fusing, if it gets too dry, when you go to light that fuse, it's instantly going to burn. It's going to go off the minute it gets fire. And then the fusing inside, like in a cake, is going to be all shot to heck.
Yeah.
So all the timing is gone.
So number one seller, I know mortars are a big deal because the action of doing a mortar is kind of cool, but the cake game is so good, and you're one of the few people who carry the big 500, the massive, big, huge explosion cakes.
I do, and I keep buying too many. Although we have one this year. It's in direct response to what's happening with shipping. So shipping is up 400% over the last 3 years.
The cost
it's
of it,
insane. Yeah, the cost of shipping. So now it's the cost of shipping is actually now more than the cost of the product. Even with the raises from the cost of the product from China, shipping kills me. So this year they started to where we have this new cake called Premier Pyro, which is a 250 shot cake, but it's tiny. Usually they build these giant boxes, but if you open it up, it's mostly air, right?
Yeah. Mostly cardboard,
but
right?
size sells. Well, now we have this tiny cake that is just as good as any of the big finales that we have, but the big cakes, will fit 2 in a case, and it'll cost me $70 in shipping for that big case.
Unbelievable.
This one has 4 in a case, and it costs like $26. So $35 each in shipping or $7 each in shipping.
Yeah.
I can sell it for much less. It's just as good as the big cakes. And I think you're going to see more and more of that happening. At the demo this year, they demoed probably a dozen products that were just in a small form factor, trying to overcome the shipping and to help out the vendors with costs.
Still the number one cause of injury, sparklers?
Of course it is. So, they're dangerous. They burn 1,400, 1,600 degrees, and it's kids walking around with a metal blowtorch on a stick. So
I've never understood the appeal of sparklers.
Or even worse,
not
you throw
recommend them.
you throw them on the ground and then you step on them.
Yeah.
1,400 degree stick of fire.
Running around barefoot and you step on hot metal.
You got this stuff for pets?
Oh, we do have the stuff for pets. I got it in again. I ordered a ton this year. We couldn't get it last year. And honestly, we sell it for what it cost us just to have it for pets. Because, look, I have dogs. I have a case of it sitting in my house right now.
Yeah.
Marsha's like, don't bring that to the fireworks den. So
let's keep that right here.
Yeah.
So number one seller still mortars, or is it the kids stuff? A lot of people believe this. Like you see all the big explosions and stuff, but a lot of people come in and spend a lot of money just for kids and the small stuff.
You know
right?
what? It's our 200-gram cake.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like the smaller version of the 500-gram cakes. We carry really high ones. They're buy one, get 2 free. So starting for like $19.95, you can get 3 of them, 3 of the smaller ones. And, they're a nice, long-lasting alternative.
And I'll tell you why it's so good. And this is why I love these things. Because when I ran the tent, that's what I tried to sell more than anything. I thought it was the best bang for the buck, because it is, and it doesn't make as much noise. So people who live in really, tight neighborhoods and they don't want to piss their neighbors off completely, the 200-gram cake gives you a really good show. It's lower to the ground. The kids love it, and it doesn't scare the hell out of everybody because it doesn't make those gigantic noises.
Yeah, and in all honesty, you don't have to spend a fortune. When we have someone come in with a limited budget, that's directly what I point them to. They want to look at
choices.
They want to look at the big 500-gram cakes, and I'm like, if you want to get one for your finale at the end of the show, great. But stretch your money. Go buy these 3 for $1. You'll be happier in the end that you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Craig, last question from the text service. Why is it called a cake?
Man, that's a great question that I don't have an answer for. Maybe because it's like candles on the cake. I don't know. It's,
A cake, by the way, for people, it looks like a cardboard box, but it's actually a fireworks show in a box with 1 fuse.
Yeah, it's 1 fuse lighting multiple shots. It's like mini mortars or something similar to that. Just the term that has been used for eons for it.
Yeah. Well, again, it's 3 locations this year. Seminole County up there in the mall parking lot, Seminole County, or the Seminole Town Center, right there in Longwood, 434 and 1792, the OG location.
Yeah, buddy, that's my location.
That's where you'll find Craig most of the time. And, of course, out in Eustis, right there off of 41. And what's the other crossroad there?
Right, it's in front of the big lots right off of 441.
Yeah, actually not far from 19 there either.
Yep. Not too bad.
Yeah.
I Want Fireworks is our website. You'll find some great specials and package deals that we have there right now. Shop early, please, because we get crazy the last couple of days. And to be honest, we will start running out of stuff. It's inevitable.
Yeah,
you get the best deals right now.
And if you want the mortars and the big stuff, you do have to go early because that's the stuff that sells very quickly. Everybody wants the big stuff, so it will go fast.
We can't open those cases fast enough.
That's right. We can't. And I'm not telling you this to sell. I don't have to do this. The stuff sells. I'm just telling you as a friend, if you want that big show, you got to get there early and get it because it will go.
Look, my favorite is the people who come in on the 4th of July at like 6 p.m. and they're like, "Hey, man, I want on the," and I'm like, "Yeah, it was here for 2 weeks, but you were not."
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks, Craig. It's always good seeing you, buddy. Thanks for coming down and hanging out with us. IWantFireworks.com, Pyro Spot Fireworks, 3 locations. They are the best. And you can support a guy who's supported the radio station for quite a while as well. We'll see you later, man.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Have a good one.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show and our buddy Scott Maxwell.
It's another winning Wednesday on our Instagram page.
At Real Radio 1041. The clock is running. Today you can win a pair of tickets to see Roger Waters' This Is Not a Drill Tour at Amway Center. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash? Contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Authorities remain on scene of an accident affecting the eastbound I-4 express lanes between the Anderson Street Direct entrance and Colonial Drive. The right lane remains blocked here. Eastbound I-4 is at a crawl between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as westbound between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Phantom Fireworks.
Just a reminder for this and every 4th of July that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to backyards across America by Phantom Fireworks. Visit fireworks.com for specials, coupons, and a location near you.
Hey, man, you thinking about a new fence? A beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence is a great way to add appeal and value to your home. Also a great way to provide more safety and security for your family, children, and pets. Maybe you have a new dog, a new puppy? Visit mossyoakfences.com and ask about their puppy picket. That's right, at Mossy Oak Fence, your family's safety and security is their #1 priority. Put the fence freaks to work for you. Visit mossyoakfences.com, and as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
iHeartRadio, let's go! A weekend full of superstar performances, never seen before collaboration, and once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday the 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com.
When people are counting on you, you can count on Ram. So hurry in for a great deal from one of the most awarded truck brands in America. Ram, built to serve. Finance and get $5,800 in total values on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab equipped with a gas-powered V6 engine. Total values include combined cash allowance and 2,300 Bighorn Level B package value. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/5/22.
Spectrum is America's leading internet provider, delivering ultra-fast gig speeds you need on the high-performance network you want. And Spectrum's advanced home Wi-Fi is security made simple, automatically blocking outside threats, along with 99.9% network reliability. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum Internet. Get 200 megabits per second for only $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com today for details. Based on internet subscribers among top internet service providers. Restrictions apply.
The Ron Burgundy Podcast is back. Join America's favorite anchorman for the 5th season of his hit comedy podcast as he delights a live audience with celebrity interviews, juggling skills, and humorous musings that leave you wanting more.
I'm afraid of Jell-O and wild boars and Canadians.
Listen to the Ron Burgundy Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No matter what I get, it's 20% off every day when I spend $1 on the McDonald's app. So yesterday was my please the whole fam on the way to the game meal. Today is my finally get them to stop asking, are we there yet meal. Who knows what tomorrow will be? Maybe a delicious crispy chicken sandwich all for myself meal. Whatever it is, it's a win. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through December 31st, 2022 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. McD app download and registration required.
When the daily grind feels like it's coming to a halt, that's when I hit up the drive-thru at McDonald's for an ice-cold drink. Order up a frozen drink like frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or new frozen Sprite Lemonade. Get any size for just $1.79. Or try any size McCafe Frappe or smoothie for just $2.99. When you're in need of some big drink energy, remember, it's more than a drink, it's a McDonald's drink. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Lemonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Hurricane season is here, and if you're in an older home with flimsy, outdated windows, your family and property could be at risk. My friends at FHIA Remodeling, they want to help. They've been replacing old windows for homeowners with ones that are hurricane tough and energy efficient, and they've been doing it for over 15 years. They're factory certified installers. They use premium materials, get the work done fast, full cleanup, minimal disruption, very easy for you with quality you can trust. That's why over 100,000 homeowners have chosen them and recommend their friends and family do the same. During the month of June, get up to $1,500 off all their products. No money down, no payments or interest for 18 months. And you can call today. Schedule a risk-free in-home consultation. Just call 407-5100. That's 407-500-0100. You can schedule them to come over. They'll show up on time. They don't make you wait around. They walk you through all your options for protecting your home and saving on your energy costs. And if you act now, they'll even throw in an upgrade to Solar Max Glass. Give my friends at FHIA Remodeling a call at 407-500-0100.
It's a can't-miss summer on today. This week, we'll help you plan your summer getaway. Plus, the star of Minions, Steve Carell. And Keith Urban kicks off your weekend. Watch The Today Show every morning on NBC.
Save time and money with the vinyl fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeartRadio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. 5 o'clock keyword is pay, P-A-Y. It's still valid. Go in there and get you some money, guys. Send that to realradio.fm. Just send it away and make that cash. Had a winner a couple days ago, looking for another today. That keyword is pay. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is here. Ross is here. Chase Padgett dropped by today. Whoop, whoop. Good seeing you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Every single Wednesday around this time, we invite our good friend Scott Maxwell. He writes for the Orlando Sentinel Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can read him there. And, of course, every day on Twitter at Scott_Maxwell. Scott, how are you, friend?
Spectacular. Good to see you. Glad to hear you sounding a lot better this week.
Yeah, buddy. It was, I mean, you dealt with this. You and your beautiful wife and your kids, I believe. Did your daughter avoid it, or did she get it as well?
Yeah, no, my son had it, but other than that, and I had to knock on wood last week. I'll do it again now. We have escaped.
Have you?
My wife and I have.
I thought you had it before. You did not, just your son.
No.
Oh,
no,
wow.
yeah, he had it. And we said, stay in another part of the state, son. We'll care and love for you at another point in time.
Well, you don't know the horrors of the 36 hours we dealt with then.
It was, no, I could tell. I heard you, but even when you and I were texting, you sounded miserable.
Yeah, I think you want to do anything. You just don't want to do anything. It just sucks, you know. You're stuck. It sucks. Yeah. You're achy. You get a headache. It's just a pain in the ass. But it's all done now, and I feel like 100 now. I'm good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. You got what the other pageant? What is that? The less anxious pageant?
We have dueling pageants today. Yes.
I don't know if you would label either one of us less anxious.
He's on less anything. I don't think.
Yeah.
So last time we talked, I wasn't here last week where we had to talk, but last week before that, you teased a very juicy story you said was coming up, and I think it's been released since then. But where are we this whole thing with FPL?
Yeah, so the backstory, which I can tell you more of now, is that we got a treasure trove of internal documents. Basically, FPL had hired what you would kind of call a dark ops political firm. The kind of firm you would hire to do things that you don't want to do yourself,
like a John Grisham movie.
I'm sorry,
like a John Grisham movie.
Yeah, there's actually I've had readers say Grisham or Patterson. Yeah, a firm like this. And we don't know all the details, except that we know there was a falling out at the firm or between the firm and FPL. And that's often bad news. If you got people involved in dirty deeds, you want to keep them close.
Oh, you do.
And so we just got a bucket load of records, and the founder of the firm authenticated them. We don't know who gave them to us, but the founder of the firm said, no, these are all real. FPL hired us, and all of these documents are real. And I'll also let you know what we've written about so far is just the first of what will probably be several installments. But the one our staff started with was in conjunction with the Florida Times Union. This firm that FPL hired had been involved in basically tailing and spying on another columnist in the state, the one up in Jacksonville. And they had pictures of he and his wife outside their condo. The creepiest thing I thought, they apparently had texts between the firm and an executive at FPL when he was on vacation in Pensacola, 300 miles away from his house.
Wow.
There was one text where the firm says takes a screen grab. His name is Nate Monroe. He's a columnist at Jacksonville Times, the Florida Times Union, and Nate was celebrating an LSU football game, and he tweeted "time to get drunk." Now, all right, so he tweets that. Well, the firm takes a screen grab of that and shares Nate's "time to get drunk" tweet with FPL. The FPL guy says, "Awesome." That's his response. The next tweet we get. Text we see from the firm says he got into an Uber. Nate just got into an Uber, followed by a frowny face.
Oh, in other words, he didn't break the law for you.
That's basically what it looks like. Nate did not get behind the wheel and kill anyone. Right. Frowny face,
or or something they could use to discredit him and possibly shine a shade on the credibility of the story. Now let's back up for a second because I want to know why. Yeah. Why did FPL hire a law firm that would hire somebody to watch a writer, a journalist? What did they discover that was so bad that FPL is so nervous about?
Yeah, so FPL, as we've discussed on more than one segment over the past couple of years, has been sort of a bad news buffet. They've been involved in dark money with the ghost candidates. They helped write, the Miami Herald caught them writing this anti-solar energy bill. But what they really liked, where they had more money at stake, was in Jacksonville. FPL, which is a private for-profit company, wanted to buy the Jacksonville Electric Authority. That's like OUC. That's our local one here. They were viewing JEA the way Fred Flintstone views a Bronto steak, man. They were salivating over that thing. And Nate Monroe was he was sort of the version of me up there. He said, he was writing columns that say, I don't know, this is a great deal for taxpayers. We got pretty decent rates as it is. We got pretty decent service as it is. I don't know why we want to bring in a for-profit entity to take control of this. Nate would later go on to write about one of the most damning stories where it was revealed that a firm hired by FPL tried to offer a job to a member of the Jacksonville City Council. There was a member of the City Council who said, I don't want to approve this deal. They tried to, someone tried to offer him a job of like $200,000 to get off the council. So Nate was writing a lot of these stories, and FPL and this firm did not like Nate, and it looked like they were trying to get dirt on him, although FPL says we have the story all wrong.
Right, we have it all wrong. They deny everything, of course, right?
They deny everything. They sort of do not deny that the documents are all real, are all. They never say the documents are all fake. They just say you can't prove they're all real. And we say, well, we got the founder of the firm who's authenticated them, who says these are emails and texts from my firm and they're all real. Then he says, well, you can't trust that guy.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I dove into, and this is maybe a little inside baseball, is when this CEO of FPL was sitting down with our reporters, he said, one of the reasons you can't trust the founder of this firm is he's a convicted felon. Now, first of all, this is weird because, the only reason we're talking about this guy, because FPL hired him.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
He's saying you can't trust this dirty bird. Well,
he's a felon.
He's not coming to my Thanksgiving dinner.
You can't trust
You're
this
the
felon.
ones who hired him.
You can't trust this felon we hired. Come on.
Right.
What are you, crazy?
Yeah, but he says 3 times you can't trust him. He's a convicted felon. Here's the thing. He's not a convicted felon. Not at all. He paid a civil fine for election, something related to election campaign finances back in 1985. Maybe not a big deal, although if someone called you a convicted felon and you weren't, you might think it was a big deal.
It would be a big deal.
What I do think is a big deal, though, is FPL every step of the way has been threatening us and the Times Union with, we're going to sue you if you get anything wrong. If you do anything to defame our character, we're going to come after you legally. Meanwhile, they're talking about this guy who they hired being a convicted felon, which he's not.
Yeah, just like an organization would act if they were on the up and up. Yeah, totally.
Hey, Scott, I want to ask, it's interesting. So, utility companies are regulated by the government. If you're a private company, why would you want to go into a business that's regulated by the government that has a cap on profit and a cap and regulates and it has oversight committees of how you're supposed to operate? Why would you want to be a part of that?
One word. It's the game you all used to play as children and maybe still play with your family. Monopoly.
Yeah.
There are very few private sector businesses that still operate as essential monopolies. And that is what we have in this state and in lots of parts of the country. You all know you have one power company right now.
Yeah.
You do not have a choice of anybody else. You can't decide, you know what, I don't really like FPL, I want Duke. Or I don't like Duke and I want OUC. Everybody is stuck with the one power company they have. The trade-off is supposed to be that you have public officials who are looking out for you,
sure,
who are going to make sure you're paying a fair rate, who are going to make sure your solar rates are reimbursed. That's where you get to the candidates that we've been writing about. The people who regulate them are the Public Service Commission. Those are appointed by state senators. It's all this dark money to elect certain state senators that we've been writing about.
Wow, man. What an insidious circle, huh?
It is a lot. I think it gets more complicated. One of my best friends in this business says everything that is nefarious is complicated for a reason.
Yeah, sure.
Because they want editors and maybe even readers to roll their eyes and go, oh my God, this stuff is so dense, I can't understand it.
Right.
That's when the bad guys go, perfect.
And then even worse, they go, well, who am I going to choose for power anyway? I'll just pay it or I'll just ignore it. It's going to be something I can't control anyway. Let's just move on to the next story. Did you hear Travis Barker has pancreatitis? A little joke there. Well, it's interesting. So this is going to continue to go on. Obviously, there's more to be peeled back here.
Yeah, there is. I think we're gonna. I don't want to give away any more, but there are more. There's offers of financial arrangements, I think, that we will be writing about more. Our staff will. But one of the things that I found I kind of like about this story is that it's something people understand. Maybe the idea of regulating a utility is complicated. It's 5 members or 7 members of a public service commission who are appointed and approved by a Florida Senate committee. That's all complicated. People understand a private eye or being sicked on a newspaper columnist who's just trying to write about what's best for the city. Now, I talked to Nate Monroe, who is the columnist who did this. And that's the other thing about this. This stuff does not usually work with newspaper people because we may not be pretty, we may not be popular, we may not be particularly well loved, but we're not easily intimidated. And when Nate finds out that he's had somebody spying on him and his wife, it's not like he goes, oh my gosh, I'm never going to write anything about FPL again. I'm so scared. If anything, he's digging in. And he said he's gotten more praise and appreciation from his readers since this story came out than ever before.
The part that I don't understand, I guess, is what are they going to do? They're basically looking to find something on this guy to discredit him. And they're not doing anything illegal, right? Trailing somebody.
They're trying to
illegal.
Discredit him.
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know here. And I wrote about something. I don't think we've ever talked about this on the show. Near the end of the column, I just threw in there, this is an old tech tactic. The firm that was working for FPL ran background checks. Well, a couple of years ago, we discovered that Joel Greenberg, the tax collector, was improperly using a state database to run criminal record checks on his political enemies. When we got the list of those, I was on it, and so was my wife. Joel had been running background checks on us inappropriately. Now, Joel, I'm sure, was disappointed to find out that the most tantalizing thing on my background check was a 15-year-old traffic ticket. So then he took to Twitter and started making up stuff about me, and some of his cronies did. But the idea is to discredit the messenger when you can't substantively address the message.
Right. Scott Maxwell with us again, Orlando Sentinel, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Scott, let's talk a little bit about the embarrassment that is Orlando Museum of Art.
Oh, my God.
Scott. Can you believe what is going on there? We talked about this about, a month and a half ago, maybe not even, about a month ago, I guess, when this broke about the, I want to make sure I get this right. Is it Jean-Michel Basquiat?
It's close enough.
This guy, obviously a very famous artist. He died at 27 years old of a heroin overdose. His paintings have become unbelievably valuable. One selling, I think, for about $110 million within the last few years or so. Orlando Museum of Art had a collection of 25 of these that they put up, and then of course it started immediately. Whether or not they were even real, because the nature of the paintings have a very nefarious kind of background, and man, it turns out that the feds didn't believe them, and they raided the museum. Not a good look for a museum, by the way, when the feds raid your museum and take away one of your displays that you're so proud of.
That you probably paid a lot for.
You've probably been proudest of in the past 20 years.
And
absolutely. And when you and I had talked about this, when the show talked about it about a month ago, I had just written something that said, hey, Museum of Art, it's time to at least come clean with your patrons to say, we don't know for sure whether this stuff is real. At a minimum, they needed to. The Museum of Art has acted all the time like this was no big deal. And we've all seen that GIF of the little dog that's sitting in the house on fire while he's having a cup of coffee going, everything's fine. Even Friday, while the FBI was raiding it, the museum was putting out a statement that said, now, we don't know that we're the subject of this investigation. Dude, agents just raided your museum and took your marquee exhibit, and you're still going, let's not rush to conclusions.
Unbelievable. Yeah. They fired the director while he's on vacation.
We don't know if he was fired, or maybe that's changed today. We just know it looked like it last night.
Parting of the ways, I think was the term.
Well, here's the thing. They say parting of the ways, and then they say he wasn't fired and he didn't resign. Well, you got to pick one.
The writing looks like it was on the wall. Yeah. But man, if you read that part of that FBI report, the most damning thing that all that we've read is the email from the museum director to the woman who they had paid, who the exhibit's owners had paid to authenticate it. She had some concerns about whether this stuff was real. He actually puts in an email, shut up.
Are you serious?
No, it says in the email, it says, shut up. It says something like, we gave you 60 grand, sit down, stay in your lane.
Oh my God almighty. Who is this thug?
The out of work guy.
And that was, I'm pretty good about, thinking things through and thinking, well, maybe there's a legitimate explanation. No, there was no good explanation for that one. It was shut up to the woman, to the art expert, and stay in your limited lane, I believe was the expression.
Unbelievable. You pay him $60K. So I guess basically what he was thinking is he's going to pay him $60,000. She's going to verify that. That's going to give them the provenance they need to display the artwork without any drama.
Yes. Here it is. You want us, so she's raising questions. The email the FBI released from Aaron DeGroff to the authentication expert, I think she worked for a university up north, as he says to her, quote, you want us to put out there that you got 60 grand to write this? Okay, then shut up. You took the money. Stop being holier than thou.
Well, this guy just ruined his entire career. Is this what he does, this guy?
I don't know.
I mean, you can only ruin your career once.
Yeah,
I think
guess.
this is it.
Wow, man.
It's a real life toilet.
Unbelievable, man. What balls?
Yeah, I would not be surprised that this is going to, there were sort of low-key movies made about Basquiat before. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't end up in a book or movie at some point.
My daughter heard about this in Seattle this morning.
Wow.
Mean, she texted me this morning from Seattle and said, hey, I just read that thing about the Orlando Art Museum you were telling me about when we talked. It's going crazy, huh? And she's an artist and she's really into this stuff. And she goes, because we just had to talk about it. I was like, I don't get it. I don't get the Basquiat thing, whatever. I mean, I just don't find it very artistic. And she's like, well, Dad, you're dumb. And I'm like, okay, let's get me on that. And then
like father, like daughter.
Right. We had this conversation, and she's like, wow. She texted me this morning. She goes, unbelievable. FBI raided your museum. Unreal.
Yeah. And I'll tell you the real travesty of all this. When my wife and I went to see the Basquiats before I wrote about it, we bought an annual membership.
Oh, man.
Hey, that you think? I bet people are reaching out to them saying, they may be looking for money back, because they got duped. Because if it wasn't authentic, and if that caused them to invest, I bet some people have to be looking for money back.
And it's funny because it was some real cool investigation of how they found out this is a possibly fake, is because I guess Basquiat would paint on the back of FedEx boxes. Like he would open the boxes up, the shipping boxes, and use that as a canvas, the flat ones. And I guess one of the type styles that FedEx used that was on one of the boxes supposedly used from one of his paintings wasn't used at that time.
It wasn't used until after he died, according to the authenticator on that case. And yeah, he would write on anything. He had drug problems. There were stories about him writing on the back of a piece of paper or a napkin to try to pay for a meal or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more to write about.
Well, Scott, always good talking to you, buddy. We're way behind. Appreciate it. Thanks for a great column as always. We'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great 4th of July weekend, and be careful out there, all right?
Have a great one, guys.
You got it, man. All right, Scott Maxwell, Orlando Sentinel. Again, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays online. Scott_Maxwell on Twitter. Load them up. Let's do trivia next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Are we getting closer to seeing where quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo will end up? Reports are Jimmy G's surgically repaired shoulder is progressing nicely, and he will resume throwing again in the near future. Now healthy again, the trade market for Garoppolo is expected to heat up. Are the 49ers willing to move on from their veteran quarterback who started for them in the Super Bowl just 3 years ago? Well, stay tuned. I'm Chris Collinsworth.
Staples has everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. Now Staples comp books and poly folders are just 50 cents each. Plus 1-inch binders are $1.99. In-store only offer ends 7/2, limit 30. Don't send your kids back to school. Send them forward at Staples, the working and learning store.
As a rental property owner, you can do a lot of things yourself. 2 things you can't do unless you hired the Realty Medics. Get real-time information on your properties and get an entire year's worth of rent up front. Only the Realty Medics offers upfront rent. You can get a year's worth paid upfront, putting $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket fast. Only the Realty Medics has the property performance dashboard, tracks showings and applications, rent payments, tenant damage estimates, work orders, and property inspections. Even better, track your rental investment performance like you would a stock. Just 2 more reasons why the Realty Medics are the highest rated and most reviewed property management company in Central Florida. Hey, take 5 minutes on therealtymedics.com to see how they've made DIY landlording obsolete. For a limited time, they'll even give you 2 months of management free when you use promo code FREE1041. That's therealtymedics.com, promo code FREE1041.
Time is running out on the hottest finance offer of the year at IDC. Now through June 30th, you can get 5 years zero-interest financing on practically anything and everything. A $10,000 handcrafted Toke ring comes to around $167 a month. So you can splurge and go big. Think about it. You pay nothing. Zero, nada in interest for 5 whole years. Wedding bands for just $40 a month. Stud earrings just $30 a month. Don't miss this amazing offer. But hurry, it ends June 30th at International Diamond Center.
Interest rates may be rising elsewhere, but not at International Diamond Center. Now through June 30th, you can get zero interest for 5 whole years. That's right. You buy now and spread your payments out over 5 years without a dime in interest. Only IDC can make an offer like this on rings, earrings, pendants, bands, designer jewelry, even GIA certified diamonds. Just one tiny catch. This is a limited time offer and it absolutely ends June 30th. 5 years, zero interest financing with nothing down at International Diamond Center.
Tampa, Clearwater, and Lakeland on approved credit.
Every year, millions of Americans find it harder and harder to own a home. Divvy is here to change that. We believe homeownership and building equity should be possible for everyone, even if your credit score isn't perfect or you can't swing 20% down. Divvy makes it possible to live in your dream home while you save for your dream home. Just pre-qualify online, and when you're approved, shop for any home on the market within your Divvy budget. Divvy buys your dream home in cash and you move in. Your monthly payment includes built-in savings toward a future down payment, so every month you're closer to home ownership. Within 3 years, you're ready to qualify for a mortgage and buy your home at the preset price. And that dream of owning your own home, it becomes a reality. Get your home shopping budget for free at livedivvy.com. That's LIVEDIVVY.com. Divvy Homes is represented by Divvy Brokerage LLC in certain markets. For more information, visit divvyhomes.com/brokerage-licensing.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Are you tired of paying high interest rates on your student loans, car loans, or credit cards? Sage Mortgage and their quick cash refi can help. Home values have gone through the roof, so why not use some of that money to consolidate all of your debt into one payment at a lower interest rate? Not only can Sage Mortgage's quick cash refi get you a quote in 15 seconds, but they can get your debt consolidated in nearly half the time of the big banks, saving you money quicker, all while providing top-notch customer service, which you can see from their 4.8 stars out of 5 on Bankrate.com. Visit them online and see your guaranteed low quick cash refi rate in only 15 seconds at sagemortgage.com or call in at 855-836-0352. That's 855-836-0352. With Sage Mortgage on your side, you may be richer than you think. Forward Mortgage Lending Incorporated, DBA Sage Mortgage, NMLS ID number 1374724. Not available in all states. Equal housing opportunity. This is not a commitment to lend. Not all loans apply. Terms and conditions apply. Call us at 855-836-0352.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
I want to win.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim, Jack, and Ross, and Chase Padgett here today. Deb out. Hopefully she'll be back with us tomorrow, feeling better. We'll give you an update on that as soon as we possibly can. Ross, what's in the old sauce jar, dog?
All aboard! Chugga chugga. Choo choo.
Clickety clack. Clickety clack.
I have a pair of 2-day general admission, or as they call it in the biz, GA.
Very nice.
Tickets
to
Daytona Soccer Fest.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this is a big deal.
It is a big deal. This is a gigantic weekend event.
This is super cool, super awesome, and it makes me very happy that we are giving these out. This is Daytona International Speedway bringing you the new flavor to this year's 4th of July celebration with Daytona Soccer Fest, a one-of-a-kind event bringing world-class entertainment and professional soccer to the iconic venue known for the annual Daytona 500 race. A little soccer where cars are supposed to be. That is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by Cento Moving and Storage. If you are about to move, you need to call them. And when you do call them, hey, tell them the Jim Colbert Show sent you.
It'd be nice.
It would be nice.
They're
And
nice
also,
people.
you get a discount. And that is your sauce jar. Over to you, Jim.
Thanks so much, Ross. Who goes first today, my friend?
Let's welcome James.
James, how are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing today?
Doing fine, my friend. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Sure would.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, James got a very easy game here for you. 1 question, 4 answers. One of them happens to be a lie. If you can find it, I will send to the sauce jar and off to the big soccer fest coming up in Daytona here pretty soon. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Today is National Hugging Day. All right, today is National Hugging Day.
And Deb's not here.
Or National Hug Holiday. Here are 3 fun facts about hugs and hugging, and 1 lie that just needs to hug it out, bro. Just one. Just hug it out. Here we go. Number 1, the majority of people lead into a hug with their right arm. Number 2, children who are hugged less take more time learning to walk and talk. Number 3,
idiots.
Around 1 year old is when most people initiate hugs on their own. And lastly, culturally, the country that hugs the most is Iceland. Which of those is a lie?
Let's go with the third one.
No, that's absolutely true, my friend. Around 1 year old is when most people initiate hugs on their own.
Weak.
Who goes next, buddy?
Let's welcome Donna.
Donna, how you doing, Donna?
I'm doing great, Jim.
All right, glad to hear that. You got a 1 out of 3 chance here. Tell me if you can win this. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Talking about hugging here. Number 1, the majority of people lead into a hug with their right arm. Number 2, children who are hugged less take more time learning to walk and talk. Or lastly, culturally, the country that hugs the most is Iceland.
I'm going to go with number 3.
That's the one. You're a winner.
Thank you so much.
Yay, Donna!
Donna, you are a winner. I'm going to put you on hold.
Awesome.
You took down the prize. Enjoy Soccer Fest, Donna. Sounds like it's right up your alley. Yeah, majority of people lead into a hug with their right arm. Would you guys agree with that? If you went in for a hug, you went like this, right on? Yeah.
Because the majority of people are right-handed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Children who are hugged less take more time learning to walk and talk.
Does not surprise me at all.
That's crazy, right? Absolutely true. And then culturally, the country that hugs the most is not Iceland. Anybody want to take a shot at what it is?
I'm going to go with, Spain.
Spain, no. I would have guessed the same thing.
Greenland.
No.
Italy.
No. Finland.
Oh,
Finland. Where is it considered an insult? What 2 countries is hugging an insult?
Italy.
Israel.
Greece. Brazil.
Madagascar.
Peru.
China, Vietnam. They do not. That public touching, if you're not married, is a big, big, big deal. You do not do it.
Okay.
So there's no friendly hugging in those countries.
Keep that in mind.
A few other things you may not know about hugging before we find out what's coming up for Ross Thoughts. Hugging makes you less grumpy. Proven fact.
I buy that.
Oh, so that helps me out. You make so much sense. You make so much more sense.
Hugging makes you feel optimistic. Proven to release oxytocin, which makes you feel good and optimistic. How long do you think the average hug is?
Oh, wait, let me
hug,
think.
7 seconds?
7.
What?
What do you think, Ross?
5. I'm going 5.
I'm going 2.2.
Points, Ross. 3 seconds.
Whoa. Yeah.
3 seconds is the average hug time.
Guess I have a lot of intimacy in
Just
my
a
life.
quick embrace.
7.
Hey, we found out Chase is one of those guys that holds on a little too long.
Big guy. Come on.
You're a stage 1 clinger.
Oh, just I love to nuzzle some necks.
All right.
Well, you missed yesterday's show.
Who wants hugs more, women or their partners? Daily hugs. Who wants more, men or women?
I think men actually want more hugs.
I'm going women.
Yeah, men.
More men than women.
Yeah.
Want hugs from their partners. More men require that than women.
I think it's because women are going to be a little bit more verbal. They would want a little bit more conversation, whereas men are more likely to, and this is a big generalization, but want just that same closeness without the verbal nature.
Right, yeah, I think so too. And I think there's a control thing with men a little bit. Like when you bring them in a little bit, you feel close to them, you feel like you're a little, maybe more controlling.
I like the way Chase thought it out to pick women, or to pick men, and I just did it because I thought you were pushing us the other way.
And then lastly here, even a 10-second hug can reduce your blood pressure, boost your immune system, and ease depression. Just a 10-second hug. So even 3 seconds more than your really long hug.
20-second hug, rocket sperm count.
Oh, yeah.
Little known fact.
Who invited you today? Was it me?
Yeah, it was you.
Okay.
It was you.
I'm just going to make sure it was me. I'm going to make sure. I can blame myself for that. Ross, what's coming up for thoughts?
Guys, there is a comeback that is timeless, it's effective, and it still pisses me off.
Like a comeback in an argument?
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Let's find out what that is next.
It's another winning Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041. The clock is running. Today you can win a pair of tickets to see Roger Waters' This Is Not a Drill Tour at Amway Center. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash? Contact Clausman Law at clausmanlaw.com.
Northbound 417 still jammed up from a crash taking up the left lane between I-Drive and Jongyang Parkway. Avoid eastbound travel on the I-4 express lanes between Anderson Street and Colonial Drive. We still have a crash there, blocking the right lane. Big delays. Westbound travel on I-4 heavy between Parr Street and Robinson Street. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Man, are you still in glasses or contacts? It is 2022 and time to level up your vision. The team at the Filatowski Eye Institute uses the latest state-of-the-art technology in vision correction surgery and happen to be one of the leaders in vision correction surgery right here in Central Florida. Find out if you're a candidate. It's easy. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule a consultation now. And if money's a concern, don't stress. The Filatowski Eye Institute offers 24-month interest-free financing. Learn more. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your consultation right now.
Real Radio wants to give you a vacation from inflation by putting $1,000 in your hand. We're talking about $1,000 9 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. At the end of each hour, the winner will be contacted by phone, so answer the call, even if you don't recognize the phone number. That's how you get $1,000 in your hand and a little inflation vacation. This contest is sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air has been in business since 1992, right here in Central Florida. That's over 29 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. That's Mills Air. It's equipment change-out time. You can get upgrades up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Save time and money with the aluminum fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
It's official. Tijuana Flats now has carnitas. Try our new Queso Blanco Carnitas Chimichanga, Spicy Habanero Carnitas Burrito, and Chipotle Barbecue Pork Tacos. Order now at TijuanaFlats.com.
Attention timeshare owners. Were you roped into buying a timeshare with high-pressure sales tactics? Did they leave out the part where the vacation times you want will never be available? Did that pushy salesperson mention your fees would go up year after year? Of course not. It was lies by omission, high-pressure tactics, and psychological sales tricks right from the start. Timeshare resorts want you to think there's no way out. Not true. That's yet another mind trick. Timeshare Defense Attorneys wants to help you break free from your overpriced and unavailable timeshare burden. Our team has the legal expertise and experience that consistently gets results helping thousands of people permanently cancel their timeshares. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and offers a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Don't let them continue to manipulate you. Call Timeshare Defense Attorneys now for your free consultation. 866-888-8624. That's 866-888-8624. 866-888-8624.
At Global Industrial, we make your business our business. We're problem solvers, budget savers, and deadline beaters. So, no matter what you want or where you need it, we have it in stock and ready to ship from our national distribution network. Global Industrial Network supplies businesses and industries in Florida with every product they need to keep their facilities running smoothly and efficiently. Visit globalindustrial.com/Florida to set up a meeting with your local rep today. Global Industrial, we can supply that.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm who put his problems to rest.
They got the job done, and life is good.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that very much. Big thanks to everybody who showed up today. Big thanks, Chase. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks
Good
for
seeing
having
you,
me.
brother. Thanks for stepping in. Hopefully we'll get an update on Deb's well-being tomorrow. I told her, I said, look, man, this thing kind of, it hits you fast and it goes away fast. And the problem is the residual, like, sinus stuff that you deal with after the fact with it, but you're not contagious. Even the CDC says that you can test positive for like 3 months after you get it, but you're not shedding the virus. You know, they're saying usually it's like 5 days after your last fever.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's got all the symptoms, but not a positive test.
She does not have a positive test.
I just think she's doing it wrong.
I think she's doing it wrong as well, because I'm telling you, she has every single symptom I had, and for her not to have it seems crazy. So we'll check in tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
if
find
she
out what's going
comes
on
in
with
tomorrow, I'm off.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We'll have some more keywords for you starting tomorrow with the Monsters all the way through the day, 9 to 5 right here on Real Radio. Chance for you to win $1,000. So stay tuned for sure. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is there. Chase is there. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Open her up.
It's funny.
Let's find out.
Sometimes it's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Ross Thoughts?
It's Ross Thoughts.
Brought to you by Mills Air. They saved my home, my AC. Be straight. Gucci Man. Burr.
Let me tell you something. Can I say something about them real quick?
Feed me.
So these guys are so good at what they do. They keep a record of your home and what you have, you know, what you need and what you've been doing. The construction I have at my house right now is requiring me to move one of my drain pipes. I forgot about it. They called me and say, hey, Mr. Colbert, I'm looking at your notes from the other day. I saw that you made a comment to one of our texts about having to move a drain. We would come back out and check that out, make sure what that looks like so we can get that job done for you so we don't have to hold anything up. They contacted me for that. Like, I just think that service is exceptional, man. Exceptional stuff.
Getting push notifications over things that you're like, oh, I didn't know that was today.
Totally forgot about it. They saved my ass, man.
You should be going to the hospital. You're about to become a father. Yeah. Thanks, Mills Air. I don't know how. All right. How do you? Whatever.
Hey, your 401k's down 3%. Would you like me to make some adjustments?
You're my AC guy. But yes, I would.
We've diversified.
Why are you at Chick-fil-A? It's closed on Sundays. Oh my God. How did you know? Comebacks.
Don't eat that. It's poisonous. Mills Air.
Yeah. Comebacks. I'll never forget the harshest comeback I've ever heard.
These started in middle school, right?
These started from middle school.
You started learning about the comeback in middle school.
Right? Jack just dropped one on the break. I know
you are, but what am I? Yeah.
I know you are, but what am I?
I am rubber.
You are glue.
Yes.
Stand up, get on out of here with that. There's one thing that I know about myself is that I hate universal statements. And on top of that list, this isn't even a comeback, but it still needs to be brought up of how much I despise. That's what she said.
Oh, man.
It's terrible.
Man, is that even a comeback?
It's not a comeback, but I still need to talk about it because I haven't vented about it in a wee bit. This is your PSA. The Office did it, ironically, and you're not Michael Scott because that's a fake person.
And it was built to make fun of them.
Yeah. Yes.
It's built to be mocked.
And I don't think people really got it. I really do not think society was like, oh, dude, that's so good. I'm going to use that.
And the worst of those people really think they got it.
Yeah.
I mean, when they say it, they're like, oh, that's what she said.
It's the same people that are like, that Spinal Tap band's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
they turn it up.
It's a mockumentary. They rock, man. They go to 11.
No, that's right.
The comebacks that are from middle school, there's so many. I'll never forget. Now, what I appreciate are in the moments, they are one-offs. Those are the comebacks that you really like. I think one of the harshest things, and it took me a little bit of time to get over, is when I was talking to my fiance, and I was trying to hook up my best friend with one of her best friends.
Okay.
Oh.
And her response was, not every girl wants a project like I did.
Oh.
That one stung our boy for quite a few days.
Real fixer-upper.
I had
He kind of moped around here for a while on
I
that
had
one.
72 hours of like,
Look, Ross,
I've got a project.
You got good bones.
I got good bones.
Yeah.
Everyone has good bones.
You're a starter husband,
Yeah,
is what she's saying.
Ouch.
I'm the apartment complex of,
you're a house with a lot of punched out drywall.
Yeah, but you can fix drywall.
You can.
That's me agreeing with her. Damn it. There is one comeback that I will. It pisses me off so much.
Okay.
All right.
Pisses us off because you didn't think of it, or pisses off because it's terrible?
Because it's universal.
Okay.
Everyone has done this, especially in elementary school, middle school, and it still works to this day. I think you can't go anywhere past this comeback. Jack, say anything.
Anything.
God damn it.
Foiled.
Never, ever put the idea of comedy in that guy's lap.
He's
going to ruin it for you. That's his job.
You just opened the door to dad joke.
Yeah.
Just say anything to you about whatever.
Say anything
Slam
about
him.
you for
Slam him.
whatever.
Take a shot at you. Or
Take a
whatever?
shot at you. That's the comeback.
That's it.
That's it. You're right.
Just repeating what you say.
I'm
Like
just
a
repeating
dweeb.
what you say. I'm just repeating what you say.
Destroys me. Oh, it's the worst.
The worst? You want to talk about the worst?
Jim is coughing up a lung right now. I don't
Jim's
think he's
coughing up a lung.
over the vid yet. I think you just joked his vid back up.
Yeah.
He's got COVID-20 now. This thing's leveled up.
You got some lung butter?
You got some lung butter? You want to talk about it?
Oh, you little thingy.
Hey, you want to do the dishes? Do I want to do the dishes?
Oh, that is awful. You can't defend it.
What? Because here's the thing: if you give them the credit of like, oh, that pissed me off.
Oh, they're gonna.
Then guess what keeps happening? You go down this weird inception of this stupid voice.
And it's mindless. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid, so effective. Per capita, I don't think there's a more effective comeback than the stupid voice of repeating what someone said.
And the irony is you're writing it because
Right, yeah.
they're just repeating what you're saying.
Just repeating what you said.
They're just mocking you. I thought it was gonna be like. I thought it was gonna be your mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mama as in your mama.
Your mama is whatevs. Yeah, I'm like, you more than likely they haven't met your mom. It's like
Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your mom. Maybe you're like, I am on board with this.
Let me take over from here.
Yeah, totally. Let me tell you something, sir.
Yeah.
My mom sucks way worse than you think.
Yeah. Have you seen my sheets? They were bamboo.
Yeah. Because
Never slept on.
There's a chance of like you say your mama and then you don't know their moms and then they're like and then they start crying and
Or
you're like, oh
they-
God,
my
she
mom's dead.
passed.
Right,
Yeah, all of that. But nothing is more
Effective.
Nothing is more effective.
Nothing's more effective.
Nothing. Oh my god.
Oh
Something
my.
It's just pisses me off so much. Oh my god.
Whoever did that?
And then the worst thing is everybody around them starts laughing at you.
Yeah, because
like everybody joins in and going, "Oh, you didn't think about that?" Oh.
Yeah, because you're getting angry. And
Oh.
guess what happens when someone gets angry over a very silly, stupid thing?
And then you can't say, like, I don't argue with idiots.
Yeah. I don't argue with idiots.
And the more serious you're trying to be, the worse it gets. Like if you were like, guys, we can't go outside. There's a bear right outside the cabin.
Oh, there's a bear outside the cabin.
Guys, I'm being serious. There's an imminent. Do not go outside. Oh, you can't go outside. I'm going to go outside. Oh, no. Ah! It would be
worst. The worst. You know who does this? My roommate.
Does he really?
Right. He has done this to me too many times.
Why is he doing that? He's a professional stand-up.
He knows.
You've given him the power.
It's checkmate. I put too much weight behind it, and then whenever I ask him, like, hey, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing today? I'm like, oh my god.
Have you ever tried to turn the tables, or do you think you're above it?
Well, that's the thing. If you try to turn the table, then you are caught in a game of this.
Couldn't you follow
voice
up?
chicken? Because then you're just doing the voice back to back.
And then you feel like you're using his technique, which feels below you.
I don't like that.
I know you don't.
Or just do the jujitsu move of him being a comedian. You say, he does that to you. You say, wow, how have you not been on the Tonight Show yet?
Oh, I haven't been on the Tonight Show.
It's not going to work.
And then he just hits it back. You can't defeat the dumb voice repeating back statement.
So, why does it have so much power?
It just is so infuriating.
I don't know.
Even us talking about it right now.
I'm getting mad thinking about it.
And think about like anybody who's, just especially if you don't respect. I respect my roommate, but it makes it way worse when it's somebody that you don't know or you don't respect, or even worse, just deep down in your soul, you know that you don't like. Whenever they hit you with that, I bet you 3% of every bar fight has started off of the whole, I'm going to get a course. I can drive safe.
Right. Oh, he wants to play pool.
Oh, God. No worse comeback. No, I can't. Because your mom.
You're upset. I can feel it. You're upset.
Can you tell that this happened to me last night?
No, not at all. It doesn't seem fresh.
What was the scenario?
What was the scenario?
No.
Were you complaining about your dinner bill from the other night?
Was I complaining about the other night?
I want to slap you.
He wants to slap me.
That will get you slapped.
God, it's the worst. I have made my point.
It's the ultimate, you're a nerd and I'm cool move.
Right, yeah, because you can't mimic it or you've lowered yourself to their level. But the people who are doing it do not care about that. They're there just to infuriate you.
It could be anything. It could be so serious. It could be so helpful. Hey, everybody, this is a press conference. I just want to let you know that we've come up with a gene therapy. We've cured cancer. Oh, we've cured cancer.
And then if you mimic it, then you're doing the voice already on the voice. So then it's just...
Sounds terrible. I can't believe you have a 30-year-old roommate doing that to you.
There's got to be an out for it, though.
There's no out.
He's a lot younger.
No out.
I think I know one.
Fire.
Gunfire. It's you shoot him. You just shoot him.
Those
won't happen again.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I swear to you, if you do this in front of me, there will be bloodshed.
There will be bloodshed.
Oh, my God. I'm just so happy I get to go home to an AC'd home.
How about this?
Start your roommate gets to enjoy as well.
Start saying stuff that when he repeats it makes him sound bad.
Oh.
How about this? I like tossing salads. And then he has to go, I like tossing salads. You see what I'm saying?
Let me get, what was that, 614? Let me grab that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That works. That would work.
Just flip the pronoun.
Yeah, but then you have to say like, oh, I'm such a stupid idiot.
Yeah, because then what'll
You're
happen...
such a stupid idiot. You just got to flip the me and you.
What will happen is you'll try to do the reverse thing, like I like tossing salads. And he goes, hey, everybody, this guy likes tossing salad. Then he flips it on you. It's a game of chess that you never can win. It's like going first in checkers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or tic-tac-toe.
Or tic-tac-toe.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm getting sweaty and pissed off just by thinking about this. I just want to go home
hot.
and stand right in front of my vent. Chase is currently living with me. He knows the power of Mills Air.
So nice.
If your AC isn't working, I'm not sure if you know this, but it's June 29th. That means you need AC if you live in Florida. I love my Carrier unit. It's a 15-SEER, super awesome. Their techs can service any brand out there. So no matter what brand, hit them up. They will fix it. If you do have a Carrier, it's time to turn to the experts at Carrier. Call today. Schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159. Or visit their website, millsair.com. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Problems on the Turnpike. We're looking at pretty much stop traffic between State Road 50 and Oakland Exchange. It looks like the left lane is blocked. Avoid this area altogether. Northbound 417, a stop-and-go ride from a crash taking up the left lane between I-Drive and John Young Parkway. Still heavy westbound on I-4 between Parr Street and Robinson Street. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by SRGExpress.com. The specialized recruiting group takes an individual approach to placing people in contract and full-time roles, and they're ready to help you find your next opportunity. Visit SRGExpress.com to get connected with an employment expert.
Man, inflation running high. Who knows when it's going to level out? Buy your windows and doors at FAS and lock in your price. They have the largest window and door showroom in all Central Florida. 38 unique windows on display ready for you to operate. And these windows and doors are built with impact-resistant glass for security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. Not to mention they have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors as well. And as always, estimates are free at FAS, and their estimators always give you plenty of options. All products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, you can receive rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. It's FASWD. Showroom super easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Drop by their website and book an appointment, FASWD.com.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. iHeartRadio, let's go!
A weekend full of superstar performances, never seen before collaboration, and once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday the 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com.
Hi, this is Ken Veneziano, president of Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning. In 1983, Del Air started with one truck and a straightforward philosophy. Give every customer the best service at the best price every day. Del Air has grown to over 500 trucks, staffed with factory-trained technicians ready to see you today.
Get a new AC system for as low as $49.99 per month from Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning with approved credit. Visit delair.com for details or turn to the experts at Del Air for up to $500 in rebates on a qualifying Carrier system.
If you're concerned about your AC, get a tune-up or maintenance you can depend on from our factory-trained technicians and keep your system running properly all summer long. If you need a new system, you can get a free quote and buy with confidence with our $500 best price guarantee. That's why we say, when the heat is on, Del Air can turn it off. Go to delair.com to schedule your appointment today. That's DELAIR.com.
CAC 051477.
If you suffer from ED, 15 minutes could change your life. Peak Performance for Men offers a revolutionary treatment called Focus Linear Compression Therapy. There's no pain, no needles, and no downtime. Now Peak Performance for Men is offering your first complete treatment free, a $600 value with qualifying protocol enrollment. There's never been a better time or a better deal to fix ED. Call Orlando's only trusted Focus Linear Compression Therapy provider today at 407-464-8181.
This job, we fight for as many people as we can. Sometimes people are afraid to fight the insurance companies. That's why I'm here. Injured on the go, just call Mo DeWitt. Offices, Orlando and Tampa.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. We're getting the best quality for our July 4th cookout. Right now, Baby Back and St. Louis Ridge are just $2.99 a pound. That's better than BOGO. Whoa, and all my cookout fixings are on sale too. Large seedless watermelons are just $3.99. And select bakery pies are just $2.99. Woo! Saving my entire July 4th cookout while earning awards with the app. Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Price valid for July 5th at Winn-Dixie Rewards. Limits apply. See store for details.
Honey, I'm home.
Don't honey me. I'm still mad at you.
I know, and I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
You and those cheap do-it-yourself cameras. I told you, call SafeTouch, but no, you tried to save a buck. So when those two thieves broke in, our kids were locked in the closet trying to call 911. SafeTouch cameras would have alerted the thieves that they were being recorded, and you and I would have been notified with actual video on our smartphones. The SafeTouch two-way communicator would have already had the emergency authorities on the way.
I know, we really need the SafeTouch 5-star security and surveillance system. I'll call today.
I already did. SafeTouch is installing our new 5-star surveillance system in the morning.
Every family needs the SafeTouch security and surveillance system. Call now and get a free demonstration. 888-723-8682 or online at safetouch.com. Dramatization of actual event. EF 0000233. Terms and conditions apply.
At Global Industrial, we make your business our business. We're problem solvers, budget savers, and deadline beaters. So, no matter what you want or where you need it, we have it in stock and ready to ship from our national distribution network. Global Industrial Network supplies businesses and industries in Florida with every product they need to keep their facilities running smoothly and efficiently. Visit globalindustrial.com/Florida to set up a meeting with your local rep today. Global Industrial, we can supply that.
Don't get fooled by fake online offers that change immediately once you get there. AutoBuy guarantees you the max every time. In 20 minutes or less, you will have a no-hassle offer to buy your vehicle and get paid on the spot. That's why we are Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. Steer clear of fake offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands for Dad this Father's Day. For the DIY dad, get great deals on power tools from DeWalt and Milwaukee. For the fishing dad, get him a Yeti cooler or a new pair of Costa Del Mar sunglasses. For the yard dad, get the best in outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. And for the barbecue boss, get free assembly and delivery on any $3.99 grill and up from Weber, Big Green Egg, and Traeger. Tools Ace Hardware has 11 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Bloomberg Crypto is the new daily podcast from Bloomberg and iHeartRadio that tackles everything from Bitcoin to Bored Apes. Each weekday, Bloomberg reporters and experts from every corner of the industry discuss the latest in cryptocurrencies and explore how it impacts our lives, our politics, and our culture.
How many machines would I need to buy, not that I will, to kind of mine Bitcoin effectively?
Like tens of thousands of
Tens
machines.
of thousands. That's way more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Listen to Bloomberg Crypto on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. We'd like to rejoin the show with cartoon soundtracks.
This beat is great.
Welcome back. I'm Jim, Jack, and Ross, and Chase Padgett here with me today.
Do you know the theme? What show that's from?
Should I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's your long lost brother. I've been saying this for a very long time.
HBO series.
Brad Pitt doesn't have a show.
Adorable.
I laughed so hard at that.
I laughed so hard at that.
Larry David.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, never
but it's a Snoop Dogg song where it's
Is it?
remixed.
Yeah.
But this is the instrumental because it's the only one we can play. And we still might have to beat it.
Yeah.
Another great Mark Maron interview, by the way. You know, as a stand-up, Ross, I think you should listen to every interview he does with stand-up comics. He's doing one with Dana Gould right now. Are you familiar with who that
Brilliant
is?
stand-up.
Yeah.
Brilliant stand-up that you probably never heard about if you didn't learn about him in the 80s and you didn't know him from The Simpsons, which is where, of course, he made a giant mark. But in my era, coming up through the Caroline's Comedy Hours in the late 80s into the early 90s, that first boom of comedy outside of the Carlin Pryor years, you know. There've been different iterations of the comics that have come out, and the year of Standing in Front of the Brick Wall, that whole Elaine Boozler and comics of that nature.
Sports Jacket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dana Gould came out of that world as not only a brilliant comic but a really brilliant writer, and he worked for The Simpsons for many, many years, doing voices and writing and stuff. And he does an interview with Mark Maron, who is also a stand-up comic, on his podcast, WTF, which is really good. It's about an hour and 15-minute interview, but it's like comedians talking about comedy, which is kind of cool for me. Inside kind of stuff on, what they're thinking when they're touring different eras of their life and stuff. It's fascinating, man. Fascinating stuff.
I met him once.
Who, Mark?
Yeah, no,
Dana
Gould.
Gould, yeah.
It was backstage at the San Francisco Sketch Fest. I want to say 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a really good dude. You just learn some things about him. You never know. It's funny with that mental illness thing. Now because the internet is so intrusive, and you learn so many things that you would have never known before, like who hangs out with who's friends and things of that nature. He's talking about he had struggles, mental health struggles for many years, and you would have never thought, considering his very kind of glassy demeanor, where he's very kind and almost kind of Midwest nice.
Sure. He wrote an incredible article after Robin Williams passed away about the link between mental illness and comedy that he drew upon his own particular experience with. It was really heartfelt and touching, but not in like a overly saccharine way.
Yeah, I think that Maron has basically made the last 15 years of his career about dealing with his mental health, and talking about it at length on stage,
and with great self-awareness as well.
Yeah.
And I think because he gets that introspective and deep, which is why he does such a great interview, because he kind of draws that out of his guests.
Yeah, he uses a lot of the therapy talk in his language, in his vernacular that he uses to talk about that. He uses a lot of those therapy trigger words. But the thing I like about him the most is he does take a really I don't give a blank attitude toward the therapy. He knows it works, but he doesn't sugarcoat it. He talks about it working in an almost combative manner, almost like he doesn't want it to work. He hates the fact that it works on him, kind of thing.
We can get deep. We can get as deep.
What do you mean? We could get deep.
We could get deep.
Not by doing that.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I think you guys, the two of you, Chase and Ross, the Paget boys here, you guys have talked openly about, this thing with your mom, man. Watching you guys talk about your mom, I was just telling Chase before the show, I said it really has been an insight watching the two of you interact with your mother together.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've heard Ross's side of the story, and I've heard your side of the story. Then we talked to your mom. Your mom is a cartoon.
She is a cartoon.
A straight-up cartoon.
I describe her as a Melissa McCarthy character from every time she's hosted SNL.
Right, exactly. And she's like a 10-year-old boy trapped in a 70-year-old woman's body.
She loves spaceships.
It's just it is kind of nuts.
Nachos.
She says dude a lot.
Yeah. This is her go-to move, because I told her, she found out on this trip that I'm going to Hawaii, and I think that happened with like 2 or 3 days left. And ever since I told her that, we're going to Hawaii, she goes, "Oh, you're gonna love it." Shaka.
Because she lived in Hawaii during her. She did. She lived in Oahu. Her first husband was stationed there. He was an officer in the Army, and that's where she got really good at golf. She played like 36 holes every day for several years. And she loved the island. She loved the culture. She had a wonderful time there. So she does know what she's talking about, but it is still funny for, I love spaceships and Top Gun. Shaka! She is a character, man.
The amount of hang loose hand signs that she did with a partnered up Shaka.
Now, you say her first husband. Roger wasn't her first husband?
No. There was another gentleman named Jim who was an officer in the Army.
Really?
Yeah, they were high school sweethearts.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, and she was very sort of like, well, this is what we do here in the Midwest in this time and age. They got married, and she just sort of followed his military career for a while, and then she found golf and was like, I think I want to pursue my own thing a bit more, actually. I love this game a lot.
Right.
Yeah. And then she kind of realized, like, I think this is my path and maybe not this particular relationship.
So they got divorced while in Hawaii, and then he went his way, and then she came back to the States?
They got divorced, I believe, after she was stationed. Well, he was stationed there. And then she met Dad, who was a golf pro.
Right,
and, tale as old as time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tale as old as time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was not bad, Jim.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Come on now, big guy.
Okay, it was terrible.
My man's
Just
got some
burp
pipes.
sing right
Yeah,
just
you know
now?
something in the
I should not have done this.
Yeah, I actually was telling Mom, like, Mom, I think you and Ross and I should do a podcast.
Oh, my God almighty.
Yes.
Just literally talk about whatever, just do movie reviews, whatever you want to do.
I'm telling you, man, yesterday on the texting service when you guys were on, was it yesterday?
Last week.
Last Thursday, right? When you guys were on and did the whole thing, I must have gotten, I don't know, 8 or 10 texts that last hour saying this needs to be a sitcom. Like the two of you guys living in like a condo, and you have to take care of Mom because she's at that age. It's kind of your duty.
Sure.
It's all she has left. And then let the hijinks just do its thing, man. I mean, if you guys did a podcast, it would be a must.
What I love about
what would you talk about?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We would just get her rolling. That's all we just got to pull that boulder downhill. That's all we got to do is just a little tap.
My favorite thought about us three making anything is knowing that Chase has spent his entire, adult life pursuing entertainment. I have also done the same and throughout all of my 20s.
And we will not be nearly as funny as our mom.
No, we won't even come
Not
close,
even close.
to the true star of whatever it is, and that's Mama Bear.
Don't get your butt hurt, but her T-shirt would outsell yours 5-1.
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 5-1. The Kathy Paget would kill you T-shirt would outsell. I mean, there's nothing you could sell that would be.
She's just see when I make nachos, I put a lot of meat on it. That's why I call it machos. She's never said that, but I'm sure if you gave her time,
long enough, she will. She will eventually.
It's like the fortune cookie machine. Eventually,
she'll get there.
Fortune number 6,000.
Yeah. She'll get to machos.
Hey, if I were to ask her, depending on because your career has been pretty incredible, Chase. I mean, as a personal as a personal performer, I mean, or a singular performer,
solo performer,
you have had a really good career. You've written your own shows. You traveled the world. Ross has done stand up in some of the biggest audiences. Has opened for some of the biggest names in comedy. Is a vital part of the radio show. Who would you think she would be more proud of between the two of you? If she really had to go into a room and pull a lever that said, I am more proud of this son, who would it be?
I think she'd actually be more proud of Ross.
Do you really?
I think yeah. And I'll tell you why. why.
He was more of a screw-up.
Because I think Ross would say the exact opposite.
Because he started not at the starting line.
Yeah.
In Mom's eyes, he started in the stands. Like, for real, when he came to Orlando, the reason why he came to Orlando was because I was already living here, and I was like, you need to get out of Naples, dude. Like, there's just not going to be anything for you there except pills and a katana.
Right.
Like, just get out. And he moved in with me, and he started going to Valencia, and you didn't even finish a single semester.
No.
You're like,
11 days.
I'm outie. I can't do this. And our mom was really freaking out about it. She was like, oh my God, what's he going to do? He needs to get a degree. And I was like, Mom, look at him. He's not
a degree guy.
He's not a degree guy. And I was a big advocate. I was like, he's going to figure it out. He's too unique to not figure it out. He's going to be fine. And she was so worried. And the fact that he has made a career on radio and doing stand-up and doing all kinds of stuff with his sketches online, I think she would argue, if she had to pull the lever, right, she would probably be more proud of Ross.
Wow, I would not think that. I would think that she would be more proud of you for some reason. Maybe because you're the first. and you guys probably went through more together, and she probably feels more of a kinship towards you.
I think it's just different. It's also so different because there's 6 years between us, and that is a lot of time between
really
siblings.
It is. It's a matter of fact, I would say that's probably the worst amount of time because it takes you out of school together.
We're never in the same school
You're
together.
never in the same school together, so you never got to experience like the Legend of Chase or the my little
that was
sister
to
got
my benefit.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. The prom king over here. There wasn't much a shadow for him to live in.
I was really grateful in hindsight, now at 32 years old, almost 33, is that he had the dark ages that was his middle school experience.
The worst.
So he didn't really have...
You got picked on a lot?
They called me... I can't even use the word.
Okay.
I can't even use the word. S-stain.
That was your name?
That was my nickname in middle school. And then I got upgraded.
Your nickname in middle school was S-stain.
S-stain. And then I moved to a different high school than like 95% of the people who I went to middle school with. And I was like, fresh start. And then my nickname became Chafe.
It's an improvement.
It is an improvement.
You guys,
it's a drastic improvement.
It's an improvement.
And here's the thing, too. Chafe is obviously, just a play on words from your name, Chase. They called you S-stain because there was an incident.
They didn't know my name. They just looked at me at band camp and that sweaty trumpet player.
What's the incident that caused the other thing?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
It's too dark.
We can
guys,
talk about it.
Literally.
Locker room.
I'm not sure we can.
Well, we're in a locker room and we had to
Okay,
change.
I think everybody can understand. It's not like it's a real cryptic thing there, okay?
Yeah, we can put that puzzle together,
Okay,
guys.
very good.
Yeah.
I think I don't know that even the cool kids in middle school made it through unscathed. Middle school is where you determine what you're going to be in life. Like if you're going to, because I'm telling you, it's the most traumatic time in a lot of people's lives. It is so traumatic.
You know what? Every like teen drama that you see coming up as a young kid, or like, well, we're jocks and we're like cool kids, and now you're the dweebs or whatever, band nerds. That was like based in high school. That was not my high school experience. My high school, people were actually like relatively nice to each other, and people had circles of friends, but it wasn't like a mayhem. Everyone for themselves. But middle school,
it was brutal. It was brutal, and there were no boundaries in middle school. People were just brutal. I mean, in high school there was a little bit of that, but in middle school you hadn't even learned that yet.
It's the world's worst human beings.
They are
the worst.
They're the worst.
I would agree with Chase in the sense of pulling the lever. Who would she be most proud of? Because I was a handful as a child, to the point then when I got the biggest punishment I ever received in my life, which was getting kicked out of public school for 5.5 months. I mean, the whole history of me as a kid, all the way from dropping out of community college and all that, it just looked like the future was going to be pretty bleak.
Mm-hmm.
But really getting kicked out of school, shout out to public schools and their alternative school program.
Where push-ups is a class.
I'm sure a lot of kids come out and they don't make a huge difference in their life. I am the example of what alternative schools can do for public school systems because it really changed my life.
Were you a good student, Chase?
I initially wasn't actually. I like all the arts classes, slam dunk, no problem. But I had a really hard time with focusing. And looking back on it now, I'm like, I think I just had really bad ADHD. And I really had to bring my GPA up. But my junior and senior year, it was pretty much A's and B's.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Honors classes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, look at me.
I was one of those kids that would like crush every test, but would not follow through on homework.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And it's like, you're clearly, you know this stuff. Why aren't you
bored with it?
Yeah, just sit down and do it.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up. Let's do last call and get out of here on a Wednesday. Again, that's 407-916-1041. 5 lines open, ready to go.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041. From the Driveway.com Weather Center.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And the rainy season is here. During these last few days of June, we've certainly got the storms each afternoon. Tonight down to 74, rain ending early. Tomorrow the high 91. A 60% chance, likely storms in the afternoon. On Friday, a 70% chance. Numerous storms for July the 1st. Looking ahead to the holiday weekend, still some storms in the afternoon, though not quite as numerous as they will be on Friday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
Don't miss upcoming Walt Disney World Resort hiring events this month. Apply today for full-time and part-time roles, including lifeguard, housekeeping, culinary, and more, with $1,500 hiring bonuses available for select roles. Learn more at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
Man, it's so hot in this state. You have to have a company you can lean on to take care of your AC. For me, it's Mills Air. For Ross, it's Mills Air. I just told the story today about these guys calling me, reminding me of something I told them I needed to do. They took notes. I did not. And they reminded me, hey, buddy, we need to come out and look at this drain line to make sure it's where you got to be for this new project you have going. And that's just one of the things these guys do. They're so thorough when it comes to taking care of your AC. That's that 30 years of experience letting you know they're there seriously, and they want to make sure your AC is ready to go. Carrier factory authorized dealers. That means up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to the experts at Mills Air. They're family owned and operated and ready to help you right now. Schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
It may be sunny out now, but severe storm season is just around the corner. Your local O'Reilly Auto Parts has the emergency supplies you may need, including generators, tarps, emergency lighting, and cleanup supplies. Prepare now for severe storms ahead with a visit to the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm who put his problems to rest.
They got the job done, and life is good.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Summer of Truck Sales event is back, and it's going on right now down at Nation's Trucks. Make no payments until October with approved credit and get $500 in free gas or diesel fuel with any purchase. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ram, and GMC. Start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Celebrate the red, white, and you, and find our lowest prices of the season during the Cons Home Plus 4th of July sale. Save up to 35% on hot buy appliances and get free next day delivery on major appliances. That means from our floor to yours in one day. Plus, find hundreds of available items in stock. Why wait to create the home you love? Shop the Cons Home Plus 4th of July sale. In store or online today.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
It's a can't-miss summer on Today. This week, we'll help you plan your summer getaway. Plus, the star of Minions, Steve Carell. And Keith Urban kicks off your weekend. Watch The Today Show every morning on NBC.
Do you want to sell your home fast? Then get ready to write down an important number. I'm Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers, and we pay cash for houses with no commissions or fees. We buy properties in any condition or situation and can close in as little as 3 days or on your time frame. You can even get a $10,000 cash advance before the closing. Call us today for a free no-obligation offer. 407-410-9000. That's 407-410-9000.
Having trouble with your AC? Call our friends at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. With 30 years of experience, they can certainly help you out. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Family owned and operated, it's millsair.com.
I'm Roger Waters, and this is not a drill.
This is the real deal. Pink Floyd's Roger Waters' This Is Not a Drill North American Tour rolls across the U.S.
How would you like to join me on tour?
Here's your chance to win a VIP trip for two to Las Vegas to see Roger Waters live in concert, first class airfare, front row tickets, and more from AEG.
Wow.
Text the nationwide keyword Roger to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Roger to 200-200.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. A gigantic thanks to everybody who tunes in every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate that. We'll be back with you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, for more of this. Also have some guests for you tomorrow as well. Some fun stuff. Hopefully Deb will be back with us. That'd be great. But I'm not going to force her to come back if she sounds terrible, though, just to come back. She wanted to come back so bad today because she just feels bad missing work. Deb's an old school employee. And in this business, I will tell you, there's been a unique neurosis that's come with this business for years. That you don't want anybody, you don't want the show to go well when you're not there. Mm-hmm. You don't want any. I mean, I'm not saying that this is what she's saying. I'm saying in the world of entertainment, you just simply don't want to miss a day because there's that always in the back of your head. There's always that there's somebody else there. They're watching. They're watching. It doesn't work like that anymore. It kind of used to be, but. Yeah, she wanted to come in. I wouldn't let her. She wasn't ready for it, though. She didn't sound good. Hopefully one more day we'll clear her out and she can make it back.
Tell her to bring in that negative COVID test.
Yeah. Bring it in. Jack's very nervous.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of with him.
Jim's at his heightened immunity right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling like I have on armor.
Ross and I don't want a surprise for the 4-day weekend.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
And that's what I was telling you about that armor. Once you get COVID and then like that first week after recovering,
you can't feel better.
You're a superhuman.
You cannot feel better than how I feel right now. I feel as good as I can feel as a human being right now.
Fantastic.
At my age, where everything aches still. But I'm telling you, man, you're right. Once you clear that out, I told Deb this morning, I said, you know what? I know for a fact I've gotten sick in my life because I've run my body to the very end. Like I've asked too much for it, worked too hard, slept too little. Maybe ran a little too hot sometimes, and after doing that for a couple weeks, your body just basically goes, all right, here's a sickness. This will slow you down.
Yeah.
And then you do that. And I'm not saying that I've been doing that because I would never attribute this work to that level, but the stress levels in this job are different than if you're a daily worker out there. It's just a little different because there's a lot on the line, a lot of revenue this show has to make to stay relevant and blah, 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 blah. And you always think about those things as the host. It kind of rides with you at all times. And I think part of what I got along with the COVID was just a body reminder to go, hey, man, take it easy for a couple days. This is going to be good for you.
If you do not listen to your body, when it tells you something, you will absolutely listen when it screams.
It will kick your ass. I mean, it'll just put you down. And Deborah said this. Hit her exactly the same way. She said, I was fine, and then I wasn't fine. And that's exactly what happened to me. Walking down the hallway after eating dinner, 2 steps, I went past an air conditioning vent in my studio that hit me as I was walking by, and it just sent a chill all the way through my body. And from that moment, I was in bed for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Just went from having dinner and a conversation. I just hit balls with Ross at the Superstore. We just hit balls. Did I look or feel sick at all that day?
No.
It was perfectly fine. 2 hours after we did that, I was in bed shaking. I was so cold. It's just kind of wild how it happens.
But welcome to the Superhuman Club.
Yeah, all right, 407-916-1041. We're full up for last call. Thank you very much for that. We'll get to you guys in 1 second. I'm Jim, Jack, Ross, Chase Padgett dropping by today. And we appreciate that greatly. Thanks, brother.
Thanks for having me.
I know you're leaving soon to go out on a big road trip. That must be, I got to tell you, man, for a lot of people out there listening, I would think that would be like Like, this is just work for you, but to haul ass in late July and not come back until late September and being on the road on your own, making your own way, there's got to be some excitement in that.
Actually, this summer is in particular really exciting. You know, it's been nice to do the shows that I've been doing in the villages for the last few weeks, and I have one more weekend this week. But when I hit the road, there is still excitement. And I actually really love long drives.
Oh, I do too.
Because I call it asphalt meditation.
Sure, man.
You
My
just
wife and I are into that. When we go on vacation, we'll drive for hours and never turn the radio on.
Yeah.
We'll just sit and talk or listen to each other. Just do nothing.
Enjoy
just enjoy
landscape.
the silence.
And you don't really appreciate how beautiful this country is until you drive across
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful gem that we have.
I will tell you that, buddy. You know, when I went out west to Denver, my daughter lives out there. We're going out there for the wedding here soon. You know, I talked about that trip when we came back in Florida. In any of the flatland areas, your perspective is directly in front of you because there's no elevation.
Yeah.
So what you see is what you get. You know, trees, building, whatever the case may be. You know, out west, when there's elevation, you get a completely different perspective of your environment, your surroundings, because you get to go up elevations and look down on what it looks like, and you get a bigger perspective of where you are on the planet. Here, I'm here, I can see that tree, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I can see this around me.
I miss mountains a lot.
And driving around. I told you, when we go to Denver, I told my friends, we go out there, I'm like, I don't need to do anything. Let's just drive. Just drive on these roads so I can look around, man.
Yeah.
Because you just don't get that here at all.
It's a different vibe for sure.
All right, 407-916-1041. Ross, who do we have to thank today, my friend?
We have got to thank Glenn Clausman for sponsoring Animal House. We got to thank Craig LaFleur,
that's easy.
of Pyro Spots.
That's right,
Pyro Spot Fireworks.
IWantFireworks.com. 3 locations in Central Florida, Seminole Town Center, out in Eustis off of 441 right there near Highway 19, and of course 434 and 1792 in Longwood.
And a special last thank you to Scott Maxwell.
That's right.
And who other than Chase Padgett, my literal brother.
CP, baby. CP in the house.
That sounds like a syndrome. You guys got CP? It's terminal.
You standing up anywhere this weekend, though?
Yes, I'm actually going to be back at Theater West End this Friday. Now, I won't be headlining, I'll be hosting, but I booked the show, and it's one of my favorite comedians ever, Tommy O'Neill, who will be performing this Friday, July 1st. You can get your tickets at theaterwestend.com.
Very nice. And you're performing in the Villages this weekend. How can people come out and see you?
I'm doing my one-man show, Nashville Hurricane, at the Villages at 2 p.m., 6 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's at the Tierra del Sol Studio Theater. You can get tickets at villagesentertainment.com or just Google Nashville Hurricane Villages. It'll come right up.
Right on, buddy. All right, let's do it. Last call. Here we go. Second party mom. Last call.
You should
Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim. Party mom here. Repeating what you say works. Lung butter. Oh, he said lung butter. Your mama sleeps on bamboo sheets. You ain't been on the Tonight Show? Yeah, but I sure as hell been on Colbert's Last Call. Give me the buzzer, Jackie L.
First party mom. Last call.
Yeah, Mike Larson here.
Okay.
Smoke weed every day.
Thanks, party mom. Appreciate that. I think he's mad. Big T, last call.
Okay, so all the listeners obviously giving our best wishes to Deborah, but okay, back to middle school. I am now 5'7", gladly, almost average. And back in middle school, I was like 3'9". And the name of that middle school, the Lock Middle School. Basically a prison. Yeah, it was awful.
very, very nice. Yeah. yeah. Middle school was not nice to the short.
No.
Or the tall. Or the fat.
Even slightly different.
Yeah, there you go.
Aaron, last call.
Yes. Do trees use the bathroom?
I don't know.
If they do, then how are there number 2 pencils?
Okay, man. Thank you.
All right.
Brian, last call. Take us home.
Well, that was not funny. Millwee Middle School. I don't know. Millwee. It fits.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Cool, great.
My kids went there. I get it. Millwee Middle School. There you go. That was the worst last call of all time.
It's up there.
It is. It was terrible. Yeah. I feel bad for you guys who did that to me. Oh, thank you, Jack. I appreciate it.
You got it.
All right, let's get out of here. We got a big day coming up tomorrow. Let's see. We have Colbert Court. We have Brendan O'Connor. Your calls and texts all day. Your talkbacks. All kinds of fun stuff. Hopefully, Deborah will be back as well. On behalf of Jack, Ross, Chase and Deb, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the corporate time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Wednesday evening.